Get up, you son of a bitch!
Cause Pawn's drunk loves ya.
Let's get ready to rumble!
You already know this is Pawn's drunk boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Borracho, aka Café Bustelo, aka El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you at this side of heaven. God bless you all. What a fatal flop this weekend in the sport of boxing. Fatal flop, fatal flop, fatal flop. Man, embarrassing weekend in the sport of boxing. Say something. Cinco de Mayo is supposed to be one of the greatest, one of the best days in the year calendar in the sport of boxing. We be waiting for Cinco de Mayo. We know that Canelo Alvarez is going to be fighting on Cinco de Mayo. We're going to see some Latino and Mexican go at it. We're going to see some great matchups, some great fights, some great events and stuff like that. Man, my goodness. Who would have ever thought that you would have Ryan Garcia versus Rolly, Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez, Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza, and nothing to show for. Even ladies and gentlemen, even the promotion of the fight, even the first press conference, outside of Teofimo Lopez, and that's the way that it played out. That's the way that it played. As a matter of fact, we should have paid attention to the promotion of the fight, because the way they promoted the fight was the way that it turned out on that Friday. Times Square shielded everybody from New York City. That's the way that it ended up with. Teofimo Lopez, the only one that really showed up. That's the way that it ended. Shout out to Rolly Romero. Again, shout out to Rolly Romero. The highlight of the fight was him dropping Ryan Garcia. But even within that fight, after the drop, it still didn't want to take that type of risk. You know what I'm saying? I thought that Rolly Romero would have won when after Ryan Garcia. I thought that Ryan Garcia would have got up like the way he did Luke Campbell, like the way he did even versus Gervonta Tank Davis. It was just a whole different type of Ryan Garcia leading up to the fight. Rolly Romero was kind of quiet, very reserved through the promotion of the fight. Even after the knockdown, still reserved. Devin the Dream Haney, the Road Runner, was running all over the place and stuff like that. Teofimo Lopez, masterclass performance and stuff like that. Versus Arnold Barboza. Arnold Barboza, he was talking a lot of stuff. He didn't even show up like that. Or it was that Teofimo Lopez actually neutralized him like he's done to the Josh Hayes of the world, to the Lomachingos of the world and stuff like that. Because we all know when Teofimo Lopez is working on all cylinders, man, ain't nobody going to beat Teofimo Lopez. I'm going to say right here, right now, I've been saying the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief, ain't nobody beating that Teofimo Lopez. Bet your house on it. Even if he's going to be the underdog in the fight that we're going to be talking about in a bit. Teofimo Lopez versus Jerome Boots and his boy. Let's talk about this weekend first. And I'm going to really talk about this. I'm getting tired, folks. I am getting tired of this hit and not get hit. It's the sweet science. No, but you got to understand, Punch, that he wasn't running. Is that he was hitting and not get hit. And you don't understand the sport of boxing. I'm going to give you the Roger Mayweather quote. You don't know shit about boxing. You don't know boxing. It's the sweet science. Have you ever been in the ring? Have you ever fought a 12-round bout? Or are you a fighter? Shut the F up. That's not fucking sweet science. I'm tired of that, bro. Every time we see a bum-ass fight with a damn-ass runner, track and field, marathon, sprinter, somebody from boxing has to come over here and tell us, oh my God, you don't understand boxing. That is just the sweet science. Fuck your sweet science. Stick that shit up your fucking ass of yours. I'm tired of that, bro. I'm tired of that. Don't give me that shit. Pierce Egan was the man that coined the term sweet science. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, folks? Pierce Egan was the one that coined the phrase sweet science, the term sweet science. You know who he was? A journalist just like us. Boxing, if it was today, we're going to coin something, it was a boxing content creator that actually coined the damn phrase. All these boxers out here want to be like, you don't understand the sweet science. You man, shut the hell up, you don't know nothing about fighting. Then you want me to come around and call you a warrior, call you a gladiator. That shit we see from the Haney, Jose Ramirez. They ain't no damn gladiator. They ain't no damn warrior. Punch and terrify. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna be effective like that. Oh yeah, Devin Haney was effective. Oh yeah, he won points. Oh yeah, he won the bout. Oh damn, we can look at Jose Ramirez. Damn, we already know that Jose Ramirez was a shot fighter coming in. Huh? Yo, but you gotta understand. Lolo's boxing with a $2 super chat. Skull was more aggressive than Jermaine Ortiz. Can look at that with a $2 super chat, my brother. Tired of that, bro. I am tired of that phrase, bro. I think I'm gonna swing at somebody, whoever tells me that something like that is a sweet science. Ladies and gentlemen, if that is what boxing is, because they lying to you and they lying to me, and because most of y'all never step inside a ring, right? They try to shame you and devalue you, your opinion, your educated opinion of what you know and what you see, and you a pundit, a pugilist of the game, a boxing enthusiast, because we don't step inside a ring. That doesn't mean we don't know what the fuck we talking about. Because let me tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen, if that is what boxing is, then boxing would have never reached to the level of that it was the number one sport in boxing in America, the number one sport in the UK. Boxing would have never been a loved sport if that's what you call boxing. That's a straight up lie. They lying to you, they lying to me. Every time we see a fight and we say this is a boring ass shit, runners like bitches and pussies and stuff like that, they want to come around and tell us that that's a sweet sign. Well, stick that sweet science and all the elements in it and stick it up your without Vaseline. Stick it up your ass. That's what I'll say. Tired, folks. Smash that like button, damn it. Victor Cortez with the $2 super chat. What's good? Sweet signs don't bring in the money. That ain't sweet signs, bro. They ain't even sweet signs. They lying. They ain't sweet signs. Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, let me educate y'all because I break it down on bossy, logically, and objectively. This is the reason why they call me Punch One Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo, because I'm going to tell you the truth. Hey, yo, everybody read the book Boxiana, all right? In 1816, that was when they coined the phrase, the sweet science. And I'm going to tell you like this. In that book by Pierce Egan, it says, sweet science, run like a bitch. It don't say that. It don't say that. It don't say that. The sweet science never had the phrase, run like a wuss. It doesn't say that. Run like a beta male. It doesn't say that. Run scared straight. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. I'm tired, bro. Acting like we don't know nothing. We the damn paying customers, so you trying to tell me we don't know what we paying for? Need to quit that ish, man. I ain't never felt like this about boxing in my life. I never felt like this about fighters. If y'all been following the channel since day one, my day ones understand, yo, I never called the fighter a B. I never called the fighter a bum. I never called the fighter a P. I never called the fighter a B. I never called a damn, I'm doing the damn alphabet right now. I never called the fighter an alphabet boy. I never called the fighter Rainbow Army. Skittles, taste the rainbows. Damn it, they all for GG juices. All of them. There is no other time in the history of the sport of boxing that fighters have been disrespected and devalued and discredited the way that it is right now. But damn it, these fighters give us the benefit of the doubt to say the shit that we say. William Skull. I never, ever want to see him again. We ain't know him then, and we don't want to know him now. You crawl back to the damn dirt where you come from. I don't care about William Skull, William Shakespeare and his skull. I don't care where the hell this man came from. Shame on you, IBF, for putting this man in position. Before Canelo Alvarez, he fought a 12-rounder, and before that, he fought 2 8-rounders, back to the 6-rounders. This man should never be in a position to wear a world title, and this is the reason why they say that belts don't mean shit. Because of guys like that and sanctioning bodies like that for putting a William Sacamoco, ese tigre, un pelagato, ese tigre is the bitches of all bitches, bruh. Who the hell let that man in the ring? As a matter of fact, any sanctioning bodies commission withhold this pay. Do not pay that man. All right? We need an investigation on that William Skull of a. I got the kids. It's Sunday. Damn it, it's a Christian day. It's a church day. Let me calm down. William, con los 5 pesos. With the $5 super chat says Teofimo Lopez, the only king left still on top. If you ain't ready for this life, get the F out of the damn sport. Facts. Good looking out, my brother. Appreciate you, bruh. Randy in the building. Randy con la bandera de República Dominicana. A ver qué tal la música de Randy, A ver qué tal la música de Randy. Toquilla. Ánimo. DJ Canelo Alvarez Sensation, págame la música y anketing. Shout out to Rohan Polanco, Eric Cedillo Martínez, Henry Cedillo Martínez, Santana, Carlos Adamas, todos los dominicanos que pelean. Can't believe, man. Can't believe William Skull should be banned, and every runner in the sport of boxing, I want you banned. Get the F out of the damn sport. Don't televise them. Promoters, stop paying them. You turkey out Sheikh, a.k.a. Aladdin, a.k.a. Chase, a.k.a. the ATM in the sport of boxing, a.k.a. Wells Fargo, a.k.a. Banco Popular. Turkey out Sheikh, listen to your Muslim brother. Listen to me, you motherfucker. Don't you pay no more runners ever, all right? I wish that he speak like that. So even that was Rob. Ajaba was running too, Edgar. Ajaba was running too. Even Bakali was like, what is this? Come on, man. We're from Africa. Why don't you fight me? You think I'm going to move around and chase you all around? I'm 300 pounds. What are you doing from the Congo? You are from the Nigeria. What is this? Come on, let's fight, my brother. Let's fight. Even Ajaba was running. He said, damn it. Devin Haney was running. I want to run that and fight. I have a scorched face. I don't need that. I don't need to go and have the war with you. This is not the suicide science. It's hit and I get hit like Penel Willica. Randy con los 20 pesos a comprar comida china para la familia. Love you, my brother. Para la ofrenda para el pastor de boxeo. God bless you, Randy. Hope you're doing good. Hope the weekend is good. I hope that you push what we saw to the side, and I hope your weekend wasn't messed up. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize as one of the boxing enthusiasts, boxing fans, boxing channel. I want to apologize for the behalf of the sport of boxing for you to sacrifice your time to watch the boredom and the pussified fighters that we seen this past weekend. I apologize because we're boxing content creators as well, and I'm a host of a boxing channel, right? That I'm putting out boxing content and boxing info every single day. No time off, no weekends off, no days off. But damn, it seemed like everybody was off on the fatal flop in the Times Square outside of Teofimo Lopez. Everybody was on a fatal flop in the out there in Saudi Arabia. Arabian night, like Arabian day. I wish that Turkey Al Sheikh went to the locker room after the fight, whatever locker room or the hotel and shit like that. It was so crazy. He said, Devin Haney. Devin Haney's got like, yeah, yo, Turk, we won. No, we got to wait for Ron so we can get that rematch. You feel me, Turk? Yeah. Devin, what the fuck was that? Tell me, what the hell did I see over there in Times Square? Right? Huh? Oh, that's the sweet signs, the hit. And that is the sweet signs. Devin Haney, you're going to tell me? In historian myself, that is the sweet signs. You running like a bitch, that is the sweet signs. That's not what I pay you for, my friend. I ain't paying for fight. I ain't paying for entertainment. That's what you give me? You should have gone to London and run the marathon. You should have gone to New York City or Boston and run the marathon. What the fuck do you want, Michael Johnson? Usain Bolt? I pay you to fight. When are people gonna be real? Hey, yo, and those of you that's close to Turkey and close to, why y'all celebrating? Damn, man, be real. You know that being real is cheap? You know that being real is free? I'm going to say it like this, man. No. Yeah, and I said this about the yesterday. I said, yo, Turkey, I'll shake. Yes, he's done some good things in boxing, but he dropped the ball in certain aspect or certain events or certain matchups. They effed up Bakoli's career. That's number one. Turkey Al Sheikh single-handedly destroyed Bakoli's career. One day's notice to fight Parker. When he was on up and up, when we talking about, yo, there was already comparing Bakoli to George Foreman. He was about to be the next, bro. He was about to be after Usyk. He was already in the run-ups to be, Bakoli, was a dangerous fighter. Messed it up. Messed his career up. Because Turkey Al Sheikh is a rich, bougie dude that use boxing like his little toys. They not humans to him. That's why he think that he could just call Bakoli and Bakoli dancing in the Congo like this. I have money. Hey, yes, I have money. Oh, yes. Hey, Turkey. How you doing, Turkey? Do you need me to fight too? Parker? Oh, right, of course, yes. I will get ready to it. Yeah, I'll get right into it, right ready to go into a training camp and be ready for you, Turkey. That you need me tomorrow. And you're going to give me what? Am I ready? Yes, I am. I am ready. Oh, my goodness, he's going to give me a lot of money. Yes. Of course, I'm in shape. I've been in the gym every day. Yes. Yes, I've been in the gym. Yes, matter of fact, I come from the gym. That was the music of the gym. DJ, turn it down. Everybody quiet. I ain't Turkey on their phone right now. He wants me to fight tomorrow for $2-3 million. We're going to be yes, I am in the gym, Turkey. I am working out immediately. Yes. I would yes. I will be in the airplane in 3 hours, right? All right. Yes. Messed up his career, bro. I gonna put one day's notice because see, Turkey Al Sheikh think that these guys is like he's trying to make. And then the interim, in the in-between fights, don't do no in-between fights. Come on, man. That's a recipe for a fighter not to give his all. That's a recipe for a fighter to be on eggshells, walking on eggshells, fighting on eggshells. Just like Devin Haney. Come on, man. Did Devin Haney fight like that versus Vasily Lomachenko? Did Devin Haney fight like that even with Ryan Garcia? Did Devin Haney fight like that versus Regis Prograis? Devin Haney was fighting like a scared pet terrified man, but it was effective. We know that Devin Haney know how to be effective fighting scared. Come on, Devin. And you know why? See, I'm gonna tell you the truth, folks. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know what's my problem? Is I can't lie. Even if it's I'm trying hard because, to be honest, I understand why Bill Haney is the way that he is in promoting his son. He's put his son in position, just like he put his son in position to work with Turkey and work with Eddie and work with Oscar and work with Top Rank and work with Showbox. He knows how to finagle his way. He knows how to move. And I'm trying my hardest because I know I've been a constant criticism of the style of Devin the Dream Haney, but I felt like he was getting better. I feel like the Jorge Linares was getting better and stuff like that. He was taking more risk. The Lomachenko, he was taking more risk. Even the Ryan Garcia, I feel like it was a dumb game plan, but you saw the heart of the determination of Devin the Dream Haney, why he was getting put down, rise back up. And he, you know what I'm saying? But we had questions of how Devin Haney will be after the beatdown that Ryan Garcia gave him, right? We got to understand this is why we got to, I'm criticizing and I'm analyzing this Devin Haney, and we're going to analyze what Ryan Garcia happened, or whatever happened with Ryan Garcia, right? But right now, right? Because we're talking about runners. And the build up to the Fatal Fury Times Square, to the Fatal Flop Times Square, it was a 2-3 minute commercial of Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. They snubbed Rolly, they snubbed Barbosa. They had a 2-second clip of Teofimo Lopez, like in the beach and something like that. It was Teofimo Lopez was the only champion in the card and was the first fighter outside of, well, the second fighter, but of the main event. He was playing third fiddle, not even second fiddle, to Ryan Garcia, who was not a champion, to Devin Haney, who was not a current champion, to Jose Ramirez, who lost two straight, to Rolly Romero, who lost, and you put Teofimo Lopez, who has won 5 straights, and you put Barbosa, who has had great momentum, and you put them like they haven't done shit. That's number one. Tim Bayless in the building. Con los 10 pesos a comprar comida del malecón. We can't complain as much as we want about the runners. When are these elite fighters going to show they can outbox the boxer? Give Canelo the same grief as De Los Santos. I don't want to see Canelo either. Oh, we're going to get to that, Tip Bayless. We're going to get to that. Good looking out, my brother. Appreciate you, my brother. Pat's Nation in the building. One of the members of Punch Drunk Boxing. If you haven't become a member of Punch Drunk Boxing, you already know. Smash the link is in the pin. Let's go, baby. He said Ryan Starr's Celebrity took a big hit this Friday. You know what? Nobody watched because nobody was there. We don't know how much it took a hit. We don't know how much it took. I don't know. There was a lot of people that didn't even know that the fight was happening. There was New York people where they shielded. Nobody know what's really happening. As a matter of fact, I'm from New York City. They was begging people to come to the press conference, to weigh in, and they was begging the people outside. That shit wasn't even packing there. Don't think that when they was booing Devin Haney and Bill Haney, that was only, it wasn't packed like that. To have Ryan and Devin and Tio, the promotion was a C- just leading up to the fight. There was a lot of people that didn't know about this fight, right? And then you promoted. Turkey Al Sheikh put a pitch out there and promoted that this was going to be all the fans were going to be surrounded in the ring. All the New Yorkers, all the tourists, the Times Square, every man is going to be like amazing. That they shielded, they blocked us off. Turkey Al Sheikh wanted to flex on us. Like, no, I am the rich motherfucker here. You're going to stay awake. Police officers, 2 blocks away. Keep these New Yorkers, these stick New Yorkers out of here right now. I'm the man in the business piece. I would have closed down Times Square, the most busiest city in the world. It's me, Turkey Al Sheikh. Like, get the fuck 2 blocks. All right, 2 blocks that way. That was Turkey Al Sheikh dissing us. Go to smoke your and sniff your fentanyl. Get out of here. You would see I am the man. I will close this place. Money Mark in the building with $10 super chat says, as disappointed as I am with Ryan, he should go right back to a rematch with Rolly. That fight was a lot closer than people think. Besides the knockdown, Teo was a star. Salute punch. Good looking out. Appreciate you. Colo 10 pesos. Good looking out, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez, a masterclass. And shout out to Teofimo Lopez Sr. as well, folks. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez Sr., okay? Because a lot of people over here in the boxing world was saying, yo, Teo, you should fire your father. Come on, Eddie Reynoso's not gonna train Teofimo. Yo, they should get Eddie Reynoso because Eddie Reynoso knows how to train to cut the ring off. That's a lie. Because Canelo Alvarez didn't cut the ring off. Yo, but Teo, he has problems with movers, and he needs Eddie Reynoso to change him, and so he could cut the ring off. Well, it doesn't seem like Canelo Alvarez knew how to cut the ring off anyway, huh? The same energy. Yeah, and I know William Skull was running. I understand he was running. And I know there's going to be people out there to be, how's he going to chase him? Just like I felt about the Jermaine Ortiz fight. I don't want Teofimo Lopez to be. I want fighters to learn how to cut the ring off. Not chase some other effort like Teofimo Lopez had to do with Jermaine Ortiz. And Canelo Alvarez had to do with William Skull. Like Edo de los Santos had to do with Shakur Stevenson. You want people to cut the ring off, but you want the other person to, if you're going to fight in the outside, but we seen Floyd Mayweather fight in the outside, but he ain't do this shit. He ain't do this. Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you like this, because Oscar De La Hoya has been getting a lot of flack for a lot of years, about the championship rounds with him and Chito Trinidad. Do you know that I was doing a film study? Because I watched that fight like 10 times, and I just like doing film study. Ladies and gentlemen, after the live, I really want you, because that was a narrative of Oscar De La Hoya, right? Go watch that championship round again. Matter of fact, go watch the 11th and 12th round. Compare what Oscar De La Hoya did with Tito Trinidad and compared it with Devin Haney. Compared it with William Skull. And you're going to see, yo, man, it's been a narrative all my life. Maybe I adopted that narrative from my fathers and my uncles that watched the fight. Or maybe I was a little kid. I didn't remember the fabric of all that of the fight. Go watch Oscar De La Hoya championship rounds where the world to this day say Oscar De La Hoya ran. Compare that to William Skull and Devin the Dream Haney this weekend, and you're going to be like, yo, I mean, Oscar De La Hoya didn't run. That wasn't really running. That was just sticking and moving. But even Oscar De La Hoya threw some combinations in the championship round. Go watch it. After this live, go watch it. Watch when I go live tomorrow, you're going to be like, yo, Punch, I saw the fight. Yo, to be honest, Oscar De La Hoya beat Tito Trinidad. Watch. Score that bout again. You're going to do because maybe around that time in the early 90s, that right there was considered like, oh my God, a no. It's because we never seen Oscar De La Hoya approach a fight like that or approach a fighter. And within those type of rounds, we never seen that style from Oscar De La Hoya. But in all reality, go watch it. Back to Mofongo in the building. For those confusing, boxing with running is simple. If you're boxing, you employ defense, but still want to engage your opponent and land punches. Running is not trying to engage at all. It's embarrassing. Amanda Serrano landed more punches than all the high investor fighters this past weekend. And she was fighting 2-minute rounds, 10 rounds. Amanda Serrano outlanded Devin, Ryan, Canelo, even Teo all together. She outlanded with Taylor. Amanda Serrano. I always say in my channel, I always been saying this since day one. Everything is not about winning and losing, but it's how you win and how you lose. It's how you win and how you lose. Because in the end of the day, fans pay. to see a fight, especially these type of events. We pay. We take our time. We sacrifice family and friends or whatever. You enjoy the fights with your friends. We have fight parties. We are invested beyond just a ticket, beyond just a pay-per-view buy. We are invested in the Saturday night. We are invested. Boxing is the most expensive sport for a customer. So when we pay, look, we can watch basketball, turn it off. But even when we watching boxing, we pay for it. We don't even want to turn it off because we pay for it. Pay for it. Boxing fans, cold-hearted cares about effort. We want to see a fight. We want effort. Once boxing fans see the effort, you're not cheating us. It doesn't matter if you win or doesn't matter if you lose. Pitbull Cruz versus Gervonta Tank Davis. His stock didn't drop. You know why? Because we identify his effort. He was out there trying to win. He might not be better skillfully than Gervonta Tank Davis, but he did not cheat us out of effort. Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. Now that's sweet science to me. That is sweet science to me. When somebody tells me what Devin Haney did with Jose Ramirez, or what William Skull did with Canelo Alvarez, or Corey Stevenson did with Pedro de los Santos, or what Ajaba was trying to do in half the fight with Bacoli, is the sweet science. I want you to stick that sweet science up yours. That is not sweet science. That did not build boxing to be the number one sport in America and the UK. That did not build boxing. Hearns versus Hagler. Man, that first round, second round, that's the sweet science. That's the sweet science. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn, that's the sweet science. That's what we love the sport of boxing. That's the sweet science. You got to have courage within the sweet science. DK running. Yeah. Not even stepping into the jab. Running like crazy because they trying to save their payday. They trying to save their up and coming payday because Turkey Al Sheikh. The problem of Turkey Al Sheikh is that you're promising these guys future fights, so they're gonna keep it safe. Why you think that Terrence Bud Crawford is not fighting right now? Why you think that Terrence Bud Crawford is not fighting right now? You telling me the intellect of a boxing pundit, pugilist, or whatever you want to call it. We understand the sport of boxing. We're hardcore boxing fans, so we know boxing. We know that Terrence Bud Crawford is moving up 2 division up, really 3 division up, because he looked at Ordinary versus Madrimov, who was 10-0, never fought a world champion, former world champion, stuff like that, and he was struggling. He's moving up. Kudos to Terrence Bud Crawford. But our intellect is saying, yo, but Terrence Bud Crawford is going to be jumping now 2 weight classes up to fight the best at 168, has to offer. And Canelo Alvarez is an all-time great as well. But you know why he's not fighting? Because they're keeping them on ice. Because Turkey Al Sheikh does not want Terrence Bud Crawford to have the same type of performance he had with Madrimov, to devalue the value and the anticipation of a Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford. So you keep him on ice because he doesn't trust Bud Crawford in his next performance at 154 if he put him up against a Virgil Ortiz. He don't trust. He's scared that Bud Crawford he will lose to a Virgil Ortiz. So no. Keep it on ice. I don't want you to fight. Yo, Turkey, I gotta fight. I'm gonna face Canelo Alvarez. I gotta get used to this weight class. You look like how I perform. Don't shut the fuck up, butter. Shut the fuck up. You will do as I say. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. You chocolate thunder. You would do as I say. You would sit. You would train. You would work with Victor Conte in the snackety snack program. He's going to hit you with injections up your buttocks, and you will be prepared for Canelo Alvarez, my friend. I got stupid Canelo Alvarez fighting this stupid William Scott to bring the IBF so you can have a September fight for the 3rd division undisputed world champion. I am setting it up. I am going to set you up to win versus Canelo Alvarez, my brother, all right? So shut the fuck up and prepare. That's the game plan. Because he understands that the big fights is effing up. He understands that these interim fights effed up. He understands that he wanted to see AJ. He wanted to see AJ versus Deontay Wilder. But then he put an interim fight. He said Deontay Wilder on the same card and Anthony Joshua. I did a video about this. You guys didn't want to listen to me, man. Smash the like button so they can have good traffic in this channel so you can listen to the truth. Because these other boxing content creators ain't breaking it down like your boy, Mr. Moonshine. They not breaking it down. They not intellect and wizard like me. I'm breaking out the truth. I called this thing out a long time ago. I did videos. I did lives. Bring the numbers up so people understand. So when Turkey out say, he like, who this punter unboxing? He don't even have views like that. Fuck him. He would not get media credentials in my show. But when we got the numbers, we coming in strong. So when we go live, we need some 10,000, 5,000 people looking on. And then when they be like, punch unboxing, he needs to give him the media credentials because he has people that trust his voice. I said he did a mistake. We've been waiting for AJ versus Wilder, right? And then he's dumb, and he put AJ versus Adewale, Deontay Wilder versus Parker. They were supposed to have a fight in March. If Deontay Wilder beats Parker and AJ beats Adewale, then they fight in March 2024. Was it March 2024? What happened? Deontay Wilder lost to Parker. But look how Deontay Wilder was fighting Parker, saving himself, gun shy. Why? Because he's fighting in eggshells, thinking that he's gonna get the real bag with AJ and still lost. Same thing. He did the same mistake, putting Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia in the same card. If you're going to promote, if we already know they already fought, and we know they've been out, they haven't fought in betweens, they've been out for the same amount of time, same year, 1 year. Just give us Ryan and Devin. And we didn't need to see Ryan Garcia fumble the bag. And we didn't need to see Devin Haney run. We could just go to the fight that we needed. But you have them interim fights, boom, somebody throws a monkey wrench, fatal flop. Now, the good thing, I'm going to say it like this. The good thing out of this, William Skull versus Canelo Alvarez, is because I said that this Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Bud Crawford is a mismatch. I felt like that. I felt like the Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez is a total mismatch. This is the fantasy of Turkey Out Shake. This is what Turkey Out Shake wants. I want to see Bud Crawford versus Canelo. Oh my goodness. Allah Akbar, my friend. Assalamu alaikum. I would like that fight. Because he got so he got in the cloud the way that Terence Bud Crawford performed versus Earl the True Spence, right? You know my good. Bud Crawford could beat Canelo. I would put all my money in this. I would bring that fight into fruition. God's gonna find out a super chat. Says Tio, good looking out, man. Appreciate you. God bless you. Tio needs an apology after last fight. People saying Ortiz got robbed and gave Canelo a pass. Ortiz was score 2.0. Facts. Facts, Guts. They owe Teofimo Lopez a major apology.
Yo, Teofimo Lopez, he lost to Jermaine Ortiz and he was running.
But so William Skull won. For you to believe that, if y'all believe that Jermaine Ortiz beat Teofimo Lopez, William Skull beat Canelo Alvarez. Let's go. Yeah. Stupid haters. The good thing about it, for those that did like the matchup, that did like the thoughts of Crawford versus Canelo, because I was very against it. I've done too many videos against it. I've done enough lives against it. I said that Canelo Alvarez is gonna beat Terence Bud Crawford to the white meat. I said that Canelo Alvarez is gonna beat Terence Bud Crawford and make him speak Spanish. He's gonna hit him so hard that Bud Crawford would speak Spanish to Bomac. ¿Qué pasó en round 5? What you talking about, Bud? What you talking about? ¿Qué pa Bomac? Bomac, tú sí entiendes lo que me hizo Canelo Alvarez? Yo, Terence, what the hell is wrong with you? Bomac, tú no me entiendes. I said that Canelo Alvarez gonna hit Bud Crawford so hard. If you think that Bud Crawford is not gonna perform like the way Charlo performed and not William Skull, you think he's just gonna go toe to toe with Canelo? toe-to-toe with Canelo? Huh? You really think so? But now, Canelo look like the decline fighter, bro. My fellow Canelo Alvarez fans, you who has been following the channel since day one, you know, I'm a Canelo Alvarez fan, but I'm not a fanboy. I keep it unbiased, logically, and objectively. I give him the benefit of the doubt when it needs to be, but I also going to give him constructive criticism. Canelo Alvarez have declined. And if you don't see it, then you're blind. Love is blind. And it could take over your mind. The thing is now, is it truly not? You gotta elevate and find. If you do not, Canelo fans, humble yourselves. Forget about trying to hold on to a narrative in the YouTube boxing community, because you know there's a lot of Canelo Alvarez haters and channel that are haters, and you don't want to say the same thing and criticize the Canelo Alvarez because you don't want to coexist with your haters. I understand. Canelo has declined. Canelo, a.k.a. King Nello, Cartelo, Cash Nello, a.k.a. Payday, a.k.a. get the F out of here, man. If you don't believe that Canelo Alvarez has declined, he has declined significantly. It's not even about that William Skull was running. It's that we've seen Canelo Alvarez with runners before, and we've seen Canelo Alvarez do a good job in cutting the ring off by using his jab. Canelo Alvarez doesn't even jab anymore. He's not trying to go through a front door. He's not double a jab. Because if y'all followed the channel yesterday when I did live commentary, I was thinking, yo, Canelo Alvarez, just jab your way in. Jab your way in. Canelo Alvarez don't jab to the solo place. Don't jab. All he was looking for a left hook to the body. You know what I'm saying? If he moving this way, hit him in the hips and stuff like that. Canelo Alvarez look like a flat fighter, bro. Canelo Alvarez, look, this is why I'm giving Canelo Alvarez the benefit of the doubt. Is that Canelo Alvarez turned pro by the age of 15 years old. He's 34 years old, but that 34 is a really old man. And then when you go fights after fights, not knowing that you are picking because you know this is an easy fight for you, you start losing the love of getting better. Because it's a difference when you're going into camp to prepare for Edgar Berlanga. It's different when you go into camp to prepare for William Skull. But when you go to camp to prepare for David Benavidez, it's different. And Canelo Alvarez, mi hermano, in the post-fight interview, Canelo Alvarez stated, I don't like runners. Is the reason why I don't like to fight runners. If you don't like runners, why don't you fight David Benavidez? Porque ese tigre no va a correr, Canelo. David Benavidez is not going to run Canelo Alvarez. He's going to stand right there in your face and throw combinations, motherfucker. If you don't like runners, then we all know that David Benavidez is right there for the taking. ¿Por qué tú no quieres pelear con David Benavidez, Canelo Alvarez? Why don't you tell Turkey Al Sheikh? Why don't you tell Turkey Al Sheikh when he presents you a Terrence Crawford fight, then you say, get that fuck out of here, man, like you tell Demetrius Andre. But no, what you did, Canelo Alvarez, is when Turkey Al Sheikh put that money in your face, you did this. You squeezed the damn butt cheeks, bro. You sold out. Canelo Alvarez sold out. Shut up, Chicago. Shut up. He said, Benavidez' his last punch. Don't you have common sense? Oh, yeah, we was hearing that in the PBC, that the last fight in PBC will be David Benavidez. Shut up. Stop holding on to that fucking narrative, bro. Why y'all keep holding on to that stupid narrative, man? Wake the fuck up, bro. Canelo don't want no David Benavidez. Y'all be dumb, bro. And you're only saying that because this is the YouTube boxing, because you're going to go to another channel and argue with a Canelo Alvarez hater. Canelo Alvarez is spitting in the fans. He's spitting at his own fans. He's spitting at us, my brother. Usted no entiende. Ustedes son locos. Ustedes son palomo, eh. Ustedes son palomo, bro. You guys don't know when to be like, yo. You guys are the type of dudes that get cheated by your girls and be like, she loves me. She will never do it again. No, I have faith in her. No, she, I think it was me. I didn't give her the attention that she deserves. So we're going to go to therapy and we're going to work this thing out. And then you catch her again. Con la mamada, la mamada, la mamada, la mamada. Why are you doing this? I thought you was going to be better. The reason at a certain point, I was cool. Canelo Alvarez, I was cool with Canelo Alvarez telling David Benavidez before the Caleb Plant fight that you haven't fought nobody. I was cool with that. I said David Benavidez can't shame Canelo Alvarez because look at David Benavidez' resume. He hasn't done much. But then David Benavidez got Caleb Plant. Then he got Demis Andre, a guy that Canelo Alvarez should have fought in a 160-pound division for the undisputed bout until y'all gave him a pass. Y'all gave Canelo Alvarez a pass not to go for undisputed. But then Canelo Alvarez went to his third division, to the third division to win a world title versus Kovalev. So you can't shame him, right? Yeah, at the end of the day, you guys was making fun and didn't want, and y'all started narrative saying that Canelo Alvarez doesn't have to face David Jamal Charlo. He don't have to face Demis Andre because there was a narrative out here in the YTBC that you have to hate the PBC fighters and you have to hate Al Heyman. And there was a negative narrative in which I was against that, saying that Canelo Alvarez was afraid of black fighters. So when they was presenting them black fighters, the Canelo Alvarez fans were saying, no, Canelo Alvarez doesn't have to fight Demis Andre, doesn't have to fight Charlo, fuck the PBC and fuck Al Heyman and stuff like that. Let's be real, let's be honest out here. I know all the narrative there is. I know the narrative and the debunk armies. I know it all, bro. I'm in this community, bro, every single day. I know what it was. And what I'm telling you is wake the F up. All that shit. And then we get a William Skull. You know what? We get a William Skull because you guys was disrespecting the Jamal Charlo fight, the Demetrius Andre fight. That these guys are proven fighters, proven champions with skills, and you didn't want to see the fight. Y'all was dissing these dudes. But then here comes the William Skull, the Edgar Belangas of the world, and Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez fans, we overwhelm everybody, even the hate. We overpower the hate. So we give Canelo Alvarez Canelo Alvarez could do whatever he want to do. I said that before too. Canelo Alvarez could do whatever he want to do. But I also said when I was doing those videos and I said those statements, I said Canelo Alvarez could do whatever he want to do. But doing whatever you want to do, but you got responsibilities as the king of boxing. I'm going to call you the king of boxing. You are el rey de boxeo, but you got responsibility as the king. Oh yeah, Oscar de la Hoya, he was the cash cow, but he moved like a cash cow. He moved like a king. Floyd moved like the king. Mike Tyson moved like a king. They moved like kings. Canelo Alvarez haven't moved like a king. No, he hasn't. No, he has not. It doesn't matter. It's the thing is that we wanted to see them fights. And they was and those fighters prove those fighters deserve that fight with Canelo Alvarez. And you guys didn't give him that. You guys was a bunch of narrative pushing mother effers and stuff like that, trying to stop fights. And that's what happened in this community. In this community, we was a bunch of people stopping fights from happening. Jamal Charlo got a mandatory position as a champion 154, moved up, and he got in position to face Canelo Alvarez. Demetrius Andre was the only belt left for Canelo Alvarez, having opportunity to become the first undisputed world champion.
No, Demetrius Andre is boring. Who Demetrius Andre fuck?
Y'all started that narrative. Y'all ain't give a damn about Canelo Alvarez becoming undisputed. Y'all just didn't want Demetrius Andre and Jamal Charlo to get an opportunity just to save a narrative and your talking point and your argument on YouTube and Discord and Twitter. That's why you didn't want these guys to get an opportunity to face Canelo Alvarez. Oh, these guys just want payday. Oh, these guys just want payday. What do you think Canelo Alvarez want from Turkey Al Sheikh? A damn payday. What do you think Canelo Alvarez is fighting William Skull for a damn payday? Same motherfucker that was complaining about everybody wanting a payday. Now he's the gullible one. He's the one that's now Turkey. I would give you a payday. Shut the fuck up, Canelo Alvarez. You would not fight in Vegas. You would not fight in front of your people in Mexico. You would come to my country and you will fight William Skull. Canelo Alvarez, pure heart, said a long time ago he didn't know who William Skull was. Canelo Alvarez dropped his undisputed crown to get an Edgar Berlanga fight. Edgar Berlanga that never became a world champion yet. And it's one thing to leave your crown for something bigger. Pause, right? I give you an example. If Jermell Charlo still had the undisputed crown and Bud Crawford says, all right, I got an opportunity. I'm going to vacate one of my belts to get an opportunity to fight Jermell Charlo in 154. That's wonderful. That's understood. But Canelo Alvarez dropping his undisputed world title to face Edgar Berlanga because he knew that even William Score was under Edgar Berlanga. Nobody know who that guy was. That's when you know why he's fighting William Score now. Turkey out shake. Canelo Alvarez. Sin Basolina. Eric Gomes, you said Turkey force skull fight. But Eric Gomes, don't we call Canelo Alvarez the king? You can't force nothing on the king. The king does whatever he wants to do. Remember Eric Gomes? So now you're saying that Turkey forced the skull fight? You're telling me that we call Canelo Alvarez the king and he submit to Turkey for a skull fight? That's what I mean. At one point, we just gonna keep it real. King don't move like that. Everybody get paid in boxing. Eric, everybody get paid in boxing. So do you mean you submit to every penny they throw at you? Canelo's already made. Canelo's already rich. Canelo owns businesses, man. Tons of businesses, gasoline stations, restaurants. Canelo Alvarez is made. He don't need that. He don't need to submit. Other fighters need to submit to that. Not everything is Turkey's fault. Canelo Alvarez accepted that. Canelo Alvarez is he's a fraud for money. I thought he was better than that. I thought he was better than that, bro. High risk. Come on, man. He said Canelo Alvarez said he wouldn't fight no Terence Bud Crawford. Last year, he did an interview and he said that Terence Bud Crawford, he's a good fighter, but runs. In the post-fight interview, he said that he don't want to fight runners. Now he's fighting a bunch of runners for the money. But let me tell you like this. Canelo Alvarez loses to Bud Crawford. His legacy, muerto, finish, finito, basura. Because now people, if he loses to Bud Crawford, if anytime anybody's gonna dial in to Canelo Alvarez's resume, the best win in Canelo Alvarez's resume is a controversial win versus Triple G. Before that is a Cotto, and then is a Kalen Plant. Am I lying? If he loses to Bud Crawford going up 2 division up, Canelo Alvarez legacy is going to take more of a hit. He's still a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's going to take a hit. His legacy going to take a hit worse than Roy Jones Jr. did when he lost to Antonio Tarver and then Glenn Johnson back-to-back. It's going to be that bad. It's going to be that bad. All money and gun money, man. As we saw this weekend, all money and gun money. All money and gun money. And the promoters is not going to stop Turkey out shake. You know why the promoters ain't going to stop Turkey out shake? Because as much money that Turkey out shake is going to give the fighters, who's going to get a percentage? The 20, the 25%. Promotional fee. So Ryan, you want to fight Rolly? Tom? Okay. All right. Turkey gives you $5 million, $7 million or something like that. I get my percentage. Promoters don't lose. Promoters don't lose out. That's like when, let's say, remember when Teofimo Lopez went to and took a purse bid and Thriller won. Guess who gets 20%? Bob Arum. Bob Arum get an automatic 20%. Okay, all right, Tio. You want to go do your thing. I'm still going to collect. All right, go ahead. That's what that's what these guys are doing. That's what these guys are doing with Turkey I'll Shake. Eddie Hearn is not going to say no because Eddie Hearn is going to, you imagine you getting Turkey I'll Shake, let's say he's giving one of Eddie Hearn's fighters $10 million. In reality, their market value is only 1.1 million dollars or 900,000. How much you think that Eddie Hearn is going to be kicking off? So yeah, go ahead. All right. We'll put you in. Yeah, Turkey trying to give that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's embarrassing, man. It was an embarrassing weekend. Turkey I'll Shake played the New York New Yorkers. These fighters at this level need to fight in front of a crowd. Ryan Garcia needed to fight in front of a crowd. Now let's go with Ryan Garcia. Now there's this narrative of Ryan Garcia. The narrative is now, because, and I understand, because look, you lost to Rolly Romero. A lot of people didn't think you're going to lose to Rolly Romero. You too skillful to lose for Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero, yeah, he got power, but is a fighter that should have been figured out by a guy, by a 15 national title winner in Ryan Garcia. Right? Shout out to Teofimo Lopez, the trainer of the year 2020. Great assessment in the corner. Teofimo Lopez Sr., everybody pay your damn respect to the 2020 trainer of the year. Great instructions, establish the jab, establish the game plan, and they still hating. Yeah, people still hating and stuff like that. People still hating, Senior. But you get that, ain't nobody could say nothing about you and your son. It's just gonna be pure hate. But man, y'all was working on all cylinders. The dynamic duo was working on all cylinders, working everything to a T. Beautiful game plan, beautiful execution. The countering every jab that Barbosa threw, countering with left hooks and uppercuts. Beautiful footwork, beautiful pivoting, beautiful reflexes. Man, he did everything. He did everything. The sharpest we've seen him not in a very long time, but it's one of the sharpest. Like everything was working at all cylinders. The only thing that happened was a knockout. But showboating, the jab, beautiful jab to the solar plex, man, just opens everything up. Pause and beautiful instructions. And yo, and for the people, hey yo, they should stay giving Teofimo Lopez Sr. the mic so y'all can understand that how he trains and how he gives his son instructions. Because he even told, calm down, 5. He said everything that was going to happen in that corner, especially after the 5th round. He said, man, use a jab. That's it. He's scared to the solo plex. That's it. Barbosa couldn't identify range. It's something about, let me say it like this. It's something, the straight right hand to the solo plex. The straight right hand to the solo plex. That boy, that 1-2-1 never landed. Yeah, man. Beautiful reflex, ducking, dodging, catching punches, using the shoulder roll and the cross defense. Man, he has elevated his game, bro. Man, he has elevated his game. You know what I'm saying? Elevated. I know I had my criticism in the Steve Claggett fight, but I know exactly what I was watching. And I said, nah. This ain't Gordo like that. Don't ever lay in the ropes like that again. You too good. You too fast. Your footwork is impeccable. You're the most athletic fighter in the sport of boxing. You don't you ever land in a rope like that with no Steve Claggett. No. You better than that. No. And that's why I'm cool with the TOs, because they allow me to be real. They allow me to give constructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? But this right there, man, he didn't lay in the ropes not one time. When he was getting close, pivot right back out, back to the center of the ring, setting traps on Arnold Barbosa. Beautiful work. Still not in his prime. Jerome Boots Ennis, are you ready? Are you ready, Jerome Boots Ennis? Man. Speed, power, athleticism, twitch muscle, experience. Beautiful work. And for those that's hating, no. It was the whole weekend was boring outside of Teofimo Lopez masterclass performance and Rolly Romero dropping Ryan Garcia. Everything else was a dud. Everything else was a dud. Everything else was horrible. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. The Canelo Alvarez performance, embarrassing. William Skull running like a bitch, embarrassing. Devin Haney running, petrified, scared. And you win in the fight and you say, I ain't going to jab. Oh, man, step into the jab. Devin Haney fight. Devin Haney fight like he's fighting bees and flies. That's how he was fighting. Even though that he won, you could still hit a fly. You could still hit a bee. But even when somebody see you from the outside, mira este tigre tiene miedo al fly, right? Woo! That's how he was fighting. You know when there's flies around, or when in the summer when it's hot, there's bees around. But that bee ain't gonna get you. You got good defense, but you scared. You don't want. That's how Devin Haney was fighting. I've been trying to give the benefit of the doubt to I respect the grind. I respect the father and son. I think that Bill, as a manager, for the most part, has been a smart manager. He was manager of the year. I'm trying, but I respect the grind, but to be honest, I can't respect the style, bro. I don't respect the style, man. I just can't, man. Shit put me to sleep, bro. This shit is trash, man. It kills the sport, bro. I'm Bill, and Devin. I'm not trying to be a hater, bro. But come on, you can't be serious, man. Go look at your own fight. You will fall asleep. Come on, man. Sometimes, you know what it is? And sometimes when you look at a style, they be like, yo, you too good for that. Like Jose Ramirez, what Jose Ramirez is going to do? Be honest. I used to like Jose Ramirez, but Jose Ramirez has been a flat fighter. He's been a shot fighter. You were scared to take a risk because you was thinking about the Ryan Garcia fight. You were scared to take a risk because you didn't even want to get touched. You gonna get hit in the sport of boxing, you gonna get hit. It's nothing. I don't want people like that. I don't want those styles to get rewarded, man. It's time they need to set a new rules right now. I think now is a great time to, like the UFC did. You remember when they were doing the ground and pound, right? The ground and pound, and these MMA fighters were on the floor for so long, for a whole round, and they changed it up. Nah, get up, break it up. Just like they have rules for excessive clinching, excessive running. When in the Canelo Alvarez fight, the referee literally stopped and said to both of them, come on, we got to fight. I haven't seen that in championship fighting in a long time. When was the last time you seen a referee at this level? You got to remember, this fight was for undisputed. Vique. This fight was undisputed. A referee has to say, hey, come on, fight. That's embarrassing. Pay-per-view. And like I said earlier, everybody in the channel and all the haters looking on right now, you pay Teofimo Lopez Sr. his respect. Because y'all was saying that Teofimo Lopez can't cut the ring off. Well, Canelo Alvarez ain't cut the ring off with Eddie Reynoso. So what's the excuse now? Why don't you say that Canelo Alvarez needs to fire Eddie Reynoso? Porque no dicen eso ustedes ahora. Dilo, ustedes say it. Why don't you say it? Huh? Why don't y'all say it? Because Canelo Alvarez has declined. Let's be real. Now, I'm not saying that Eddie Reynoso is a bad trainer. Or I'm just saying the narrative is. Why don't y'all say that? Why don't y'all keep the same energy? Oh, no, it's because William Skull was running. Well, Jermaine Ortiz was running. I wasn't giving Teofimo Lopez the benefit of the doubt. Y'all was going for the runner because y'all hated Teofimo Lopez so much. Y'all was saying, yeah, Jermaine Ortiz, yeah, he hurt. James Kelly, Patterson, Jersey, in the building. God bless the fams. God bless the grandbabies. Let's go. They need to put in their contract that they will be ducked, pay if they don't perform. Facts, Kelly. Facts. They need to do something about it because Turkey Al Sheikh is giving these guys too much money, allegedly. And I'm going to save myself for the next payday. And if Turkey Al Sheikh is always saying, well, he's telling Devin Haney, you got a Ryan Garcia fight next. He's telling Ryan Garcia, you got a Devin Haney fight next. You know what I'm saying? He's telling Canelo Alvarez, you got a Terrence Bud Crawford. That's the big fight, the big bag. If you tell Canelo Alvarez, okay, fight this guy. You know that Canelo Alvarez doesn't get paid less than $30 million. That's his guarantee. That's his flat fee. That's the minimum. Canelo Alvarez, $30 million is minimum. So how much you think Turkey Al Sheikh had to pay Canelo Alvarez to not fight Jake Paul, to fight William Skull? Ladies and gentlemen, Canelo Alvarez was gonna pay like it was gonna get paid like fucking what, $70 million, $100 million to fight Jake Paul. Netflix, Cinco de Mayo. How much you think that would have been made? It would have made it probably in the stadium. Already signed. How much you think Turkey Al Sheikh gave Canelo just to fight William Skull? $80 million last night. I believe that. And then if he's getting $80 million, let's say $80 million. Let's say $80 million for William Skull. And I'm just going by the fans because I believe y'all. I believe y'all my people. Y'all ain't going to lie to me, right? Let's say $80 million because I know he ain't going to get paid less than $30 million. So even him getting paid $40 million for William Skull, shit. And he tells Canelo Alvarez, you would get paid $150 million to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. Canelo Alvarez himself, he's not going to risk it too much. He ain't even going to throw a jab. He's still in the middle of the ring. Canelo Alvarez didn't go after William Skull as well. Yeah, he didn't go after it, man. He got money to put for Bud Crawford. The same reason why Bud Crawford is not fighting nobody, to save himself. Canelo saved himself. Devin Haney saved himself. Ryan Garcia was trying to save himself. You feel me? Vamos, let's go. ¿Dónde está? Espérate, tengo aquí. Let's go. Give me a sec. Got you. Hold on. Yeah, shit. Te lo mandé. Un momento. Give me a second. Give me a sec. ¿Dónde está? Teofimo Lopez in the building. What's good? Yo, check your phone. I always like Teofimo Lopez, but his fights are not that most exciting. The wise props to Teo. I mean, the only thing that was missing in that fight is a knockdown and a knockout. But he was doing his thing. See, now if everybody going to talk about sweet signs, hit and not get hit. See, that's sweet signs. You going for it. You throwing combination of punches. He threw a 6-punch combination right to the dome. Check that 9th round. That 9th round, Teofimo Lopez threw combinations to the body, to combination up top. Threw a 6-punch combination up top. So it's not a guy he's doing his thing. He's trying and stuff like that. And if you look at the size difference, Teofimo Lopez, yes, he's at 140, but he's a small 140. A big 135, a small 140. Shy in the building. What's good, Shy? Yo, you seen it? I mean, yeah, he get paid. ¿Tú lo viste? Senior. I sent it to you through your phone. The link. Boots and Condabin was stopped. Yeah, okay. Hey, yo, put it this way. Yeah, Tio is probably gonna be the underdog at 147. But like y'all say, Tio performs to the level of his competition. So if y'all believe that Boots Ennis is high competition, y'all believe that? All right, then Teofimo Lopez, the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief, is going to take over. If y'all believe that. Yeah? Y'all believe it? Y'all believe that Teofimo Lopez performs to the level of his competition? All right, so you're going to see what he did at 135 when he was the underdog versus Vasily Lomachenko, what he did at 140 versus Josh Taylor as the underdog. Yeah, he's going to be the underdog versus Jerome Boots Ennis, and he's going to do it again and again and again. He's going to prove to you again and again and again. I know y'all ain't see it because y'all didn't see it at 135. Y'all didn't see it.
Oh, yo, he was questioning himself that he could. Well, he said in the post-fight interview, "Do I still got it?"
He shows y'all 140, he still got it, but y'all still don't believe. Y'all just like the dudes in the Bible and stuff like that. You don't believe, and God is keep on doing miracles, and you still don't believe. Star Boxing Knowledge, very underwhelming, fell asleep. Which fight you fell asleep in? I was fearing that people only focus on Ryan. Tio needs to box way more, can't rely on power. Tio needs to box way more, can't rely on power. I mean, that's what he was doing at 140 boxing. That's what he was doing at 140 boxing. Beautiful performance by Teofimo Lopez. He's not in question in the fatal flop. Tio is not the one in question in the fatal flop. The fatal flop, the one in question is Devin Haney, is Ryan Garcia, is Canelo Alvarez. Why? Because they're the high invested fighters. Why? Because we expect something from them. The guy that was supposed to have the hardest fight was Tio. Am I right, men? Ladies? The guy that everybody was saying, most of the boxing world was saying that the hardest fight was Teofimo and Barbosa. Barbosa is the one that's coming with great momentum. Jose Ramirez, 2 straight losses. Rolly Romero coming from a loss. Ryan Garcia, you know what I'm saying? Devin Haney. Teofimo Lopez, 5 straight wins. Barbosa, the best consecutive wins. Great momentum. So Teofimo Lopez showed up. He's not in question. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, this event was promoted for them. This event was promoted for them. So we're looking at how Devin Haney back from the beating from Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney won almost every round, but it's not about just winning. It's how you won. And that's what I mean. I've been saying it for a long time. It doesn't matter about the wins and losses. It's how you win. The way that Devin Haney won is just as good as a loss. Ryan Garcia getting beaten, he fumbled the bag. Do I want to see Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia now? No, because I'm a firm believer that I like momentum going into a fight. Even if before the Earl Spence and Bud Crawford fight, if Earl Spence didn't have momentum going to the Bud Crawford fight, vice versa, it's not right. I think that's why I was a little bit upset of the Usyk and Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury getting knocked down by a novice, and people thought that I thought that Tyson Fury lost that fight with Francis Ngannou. I thought that Tyson Fury lost. So now this undisputed is tainted because I don't believe that he was the guy. And then the body shot of Danny Dubois, Many people didn't believe that Alexander Usyk beat Danny Dubois fair and square. So then there was the Tyson Fury and Usyk wasn't a undisputed that the whole world of boxing was really talking about and really invested on, because it didn't have great momentum going into that fight. A great matchup, it has to have great momentum going into that fight. Yes, we want to see the best fighting the best, but we want to see the best at their best. Right? And yeah, the Rolly Romero, yes. Rolly Romero, got to give a lot of credit to Rolly Romero. He did knock down Ryan Garcia, but then throughout the fight, do you remember anything after that? It was a little bit boring after that too. Bit up. Ladies and gentlemen, 2020 Trainer of the Year.
Can you hear me?
Performance. Yeah, I hear you. You hear me?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Where you at, man? You hear me?
Can you hear me?
I hear you. You hear me?
Can you hear me?
You don't see. Gotta go somewhere else. Teofimo Lopez Sr., the Trainer of the Year. Great performance. Let me see if he could go to another spot. He not taking a bubble bath. Yeah, I hear him because I was hearing him. I was hearing him. Probably you got bad service wherever you at. Let me see. Yo.
What's up, brother?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Let's go. Trainer of the Year, Teofimo Lopez Sr. Great performance. Times Square, New York City. Teofimo Lopez Sr., the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief, lineal champion, doing his thing versus Arnold Barbosa. Easy work. Teofimo Lopez 2.0. Trainer of the Year 2025. Tell me about the fight.
Bro, I ain't seen this guy, right? I seen like highlights of him. For some reason, I was getting dressed, putting on the uniform. I was all by myself in the room. Everybody was getting ready. So I said, you know what? I still got time. Let me see this guy fight, Cattle. That was his, I think that was his last fight. Yeah, that was his last fight. And then I saw the Ramirez a little bit, but I saw the whole Cattle fight while I'm getting dressed. And the first thing that I seen was the speed. And I said to myself, this guy's too slow, bro. Too slow for my son. And I heard he went in at 172.
Yo, he looked big. Bro, he looked
huge. So I heard that he went in. I heard because my wife was worried and she was like, this guy's coming in at 132. And how is he gonna handle this guy? He's too big. And I told my wife, bro, that's what we like, man. The bigger, the better. So they're slower, and my son's IQ and my son carries a punch. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't worried about that. The first thing I saw was that 1-2-1. He likes to throw that shit a lot. So he will double step back and then trick you and come back in with that 1-2-1, which is the jab, the right hand, and then the jab. He jumps in with that. The whole fight, he couldn't hit him with that shit. We worked it. I always work on what you do the best. So let's say we will fight Tank next, which that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
But let's say we will fight Tank. I will take Tank's left hand out.
Yeah.
And then they get desperate. That's what happened to Tank in his last fight. Every time Tank try to hit this dude with the jab, I mean with that left hand, the dude would like pull, pull with it, and then counter him with the left hook, the left check hook. So the first thing I told my son when I went downstairs, yo, we gonna beat this dude easy because this guy knows speed. What I want you to do is go in there, move, move, move. When I tell you that he's ready to go, we go for the kill, right?
Mhm.
And while the fight was advancing, I was like, yo, bro, you can touch this guy whenever you want, wherever you want, because there's secrets to these things. You know what I'm saying? That I can't say in
Yeah.
public. And even if I say them, it really doesn't matter because he's too fast. You know what I'm saying? But he was going in and out of there 6 feet away, bro. There's like they had they had the length of how far he was from this guy, and he would hit him
Don't get
and
out the
tuck under or pull back and come back and go to the side, do the shoulder roll, move away, slip. He even did the Muhammad Ali shuffle. I don't know if you've seen it.
of
He
course,
started
man.
jabbing him. Yeah, so like we like when I say Muhammad Ali, I don't want to give it out there, but when I say Muhammad Ali, that means I wanted to rest. I
Mhm.
wanted to rest, and I wanted to keep on just jabbing, slapping that jab, like Muhammad Ali,
Mhm.
and he couldn't miss, bro. Like, I mean, we won every round. I didn't see this guy winning any round.
Every round,
I don't know
every
what
round was a
I
shootout.
don't know what the judges saw that shit, bro. I don't know what the judges was looking at. They gave this guy like what was it, like 4 rounds they gave him?
116-12. Yeah,
One of
crazy.
the judges had more than 4 rounds.
Yo,
Where they got that, I don't know.
yo, even in the telecast, Mike Coppinger gave uh gave Barbosa the 6th round because he landed one punch. They just got bored of giving the son the round. They said, I mean, he landed one punch, the right hand, and they gave him the 6th round just because he landed one punch.
Yeah, I didn't see this guy winning any round.
Nah,
So I
I ain't giving
told
him
I
no round.
told my son, I don't know if you hear me. I said, listen, all we gotta do is jab the shit out of this guy. Just win the rounds, because then his corner is gonna tell him to go out there and get records. Because we already was up like 9-0, and I told my son,
I love that ninth
yo,
round. That ninth round, he
yeah,
Mike coming out
yeah.
with the punches.
Yeah, and I told my son, just have fun in there, bro. Entertain the crowd. Do things that nobody has ever done. He even did the drum master. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
What was the name of that guy that Floyd
Emilio
said
Augusto.
that yeah, yeah.
Emilio Augusto.
He, yes, yes. He started doing that shit. When you see him going like that and then he was slapping him, bang, and boom, going under, hitting him. I mean, he was just playing. I mean, once I see my son doing that, I know we got him. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Hennis can't beat us. He ain't faster than us. That boy big. That's a big boy. You know what I'm saying? At 147, my son only went up 8 pounds.
Mm.
My son
He like
went in there at 148.
he
Yeah,
like
at 148.
mm,
Yeah, but that's the way he likes it.
yeah.
Bro, I used to put him at 13 years old. I used to put him with monsters in there.
Mm.
You saw that footage with Tank when my son's fucking the shit out of him, where he even grabs his arm, and my son hit him back of the head like 6 times,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he's trying to kill my son, instead of
Yeah.
working with my son. And these people are putting that shit like Tank started fucking him up and this and that. Bro, my son is a baby.
What about when y'all was
This
sparring
dude, yeah, this dude, yeah, because Tank is like 3 years older than us. So my son was 15, he was 18, and Tank already has 6 fights and
pro?
6 knockouts. So he was 6 with 6 knockouts, right? And he
Mm.
embarrassed him, just by keeping that distance. And
How,
my son, he was supposed to go in there and work. Yo, he killed, bro. After my son, he killed the other two kids, which was destroyed these two kids. I don't want to name them, but they were like, they were up and coming up in Florida, So but he had no pity, no pity. That's why an asshole he is. You know what I'm saying? Like my son would never do that to a little kid. Um, and especially we inspire with a little kid.
Yeah.
So this guy was a queen. Like I tell my son, these guys are queens. I call them queens because they get everything. And I said, that's what you want? You want to come out in a Batmobile and then get your ass beat by Rolly? Or you rather be a killer and get nothing? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have a killer that I know that's going to be stepping up. These guys, I said it 5 years ago. I said it 5 years ago. And you remember,
Yeah.
they're going to all start falling because they don't have that pop and they don't have that chin.
Yo,
You have to have a pop and you have to have a chin.
we need to put them old interviews out when you were saying that. we
I
need to
said it.
and make a collage of
I
it.
said it. Remember when I said that we stopped Devin Haney in the fifth round and he went like like that all the way to the corner to his pop. Yeah, and he was supposed to come out to the sixth round, and then I told his pops, "No, fuck that shit. Let that motherfucker come out because he couldn't stop talking shit, bro." And my son told me in the fourth round, "Watch what I'm gonna do to this motherfucker." And bro, he hit him with, I think it was an uppercut, and Haney went like, "Oh," he almost fell, and my son hit him with like 30 punches, unanswered punches,
Yo,
and
what,
hello.
you think? What you think? Of course, I want to see that Boots fight. Y'all want that Boots fight?
Fuck yeah, we want that motherfucker.
Do y'all want that Boots fight? And y'all main event, or y'all willing to fight in the same card as Bud versus?
I don't give a fuck what we do, bro. I want to fight. We want to fight Boots because everybody got this fucking guy Boots up in the clouds, like he's like the biggest thing in boxing, like that joke ass Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? When we became two-time lineal champions a week before him, and we did it 10 years early.
Facts.
He just did it. My son did it at 25. That motherfucker did it at 36.
Facts.
And that's why he hates us, bro. Then you hear him call my daughter a bitch.
Oh yeah, I told you about
You,
that.
you saw that, right? Saw that, right? You called my wife. Yeah, if he would have done that shit in front of me, bro, that shit would have got crazy. I mean, I wouldn't have thrown the first punch, but I would have fucking went up in his face. You know what I'm saying? You don't disrespect women. But that, you know what? He puts himself in a bad situation because I don't fuck with his family. You know what I'm saying? Now he's going to another level. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the type of guy that I'm gonna hit you. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of guy that if you attack me, I gotta defend myself. I ain't going to jail. I got too much shit going on right now with my son. Where we're enjoying life. Best fighter, best fighter of the whole fucking card. And I'm not talking about only yesterday. I'm talking about, Friday. I'm talking about Friday and Saturday. He was the best entertainer in there. He brought back Pernell Whitaker. He brought back Muhammad Ali. He brought back all these legends. And people don't see that. You know what people are saying?
What they saying?
That he's garbage because he could have finished fucking about bullshit.
That
He
was
did.
Shannon Briggs.
That's everybody. A lot of that's all they have on him. Shannon Briggs said that?
Shannon Briggs.
Yeah, but no, even Barbera.
He said he was like he used to stay with y'all. He used to stay when he was a little kid and all that, but he should have got a knock, but nobody got knocked out. Nobody got knocked out. Shout out to James Kelly.
Yeah, but when we're about to go in the bus, the motherfucker's there. And I give him love, You know, and then he comes and starts talking about us. He's just jealous, bro. Jealous. You know?
Hey,
And that's how people are nowadays. They just jealous, man. Everybody's jealous. My son, by far, and that was God, bro. That was God, bro. God did that for a reason. He made everybody else look bad. And my son was the only one that looked good. And if everything else would have been in my camp, they would have gave him all the credit.
credit. Yep. Facts.
100%.
Uh-huh.
So God does everything for a reason, bro.
Yeah. You did
You
you did a
know,
wonderful job, bro. You did a wonderful job. And you know the good thing about it is that they finally gave you a mic. They finally gave you a mic.
exactly. Exactly. I
Because
couldn't believe it. Oh, not what? I couldn't believe it, bro. They gave me the mic, I was like, okay. And then I remember, wait a minute, I'm not with top right no more. And then I said, that's how much these motherfuckers hate me. You know what I'm saying? Ever since when I said the N word before the Japanese food, before the Japanese food, I said to my son, "Oh fuck that N up, right?"
I know you can mess me up.
Okay, hold on a second.
Hey, no. I know you hang out with a bunch of losers around. Yeah, I know you can mess me. You're gonna see, bro.
I don't know why, man, but it's like, I mean, is it like? Because I live in Florida, bro. Ever since I've been in here, my fucking mouth has been dry, bro.
tú estás hablando mucho.
Mm-mm. No, I don't know. It's the altitude. The altitude is
It was
higher,
very
right?
humid.
Because the sea level,
I
right?
think it was 75% humid out there.
But anyway, let's get back to the point.
So yeah,
So,
uh-huh.
so top rank. I gave, bro, in the press conference, I gave love to this fucking old man.
Mm,
I say, if it wasn't for Bob, Bob put us up there.
yeah.
He's the one that named my son's name. So I gave props to Bob and to the matchmakers. And then I said, fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
Like Top Above. Because I saw Top Above when we fought Josh Taylor, you could see it. When you go rewind, and when my son goes and he it looks like he's leaving, and then he comes back, he looks at Josh Taylor like this, and he comes up with the uppercut. You could see Bob Burr in the background. I mean, Top Above in the background going like this. You know what I'm saying? And these are the guys that are promoting us.
Yeah. But they promoting him.
It's a hater. That motherfucker's a hater. You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't get what he wanted, and I predicted it, bro. Like 5-6 years ago, I said, "Well, these boys go to where they start moving up on weight, they're not gonna last because they don't got a chin." Look, Shakur fights scary as fuck. Devin Haney fights scary as fuck.
You ain't get to see that fight?
You know what I'm saying? No, bro, that's it. I seen a little bit of it, but I said, what the fuck is this? He looked sludgy. He looked like he didn't look like, solid. You know what I'm saying? He looked like wobbly, like he looked like a broke down fighter.
He won,
at,
bro.
at an early age. The thing is that at an early age, you don't have that energy, that motivational. I mean, my son lost bad. He almost died. He was in the hospital for 2 months, and then he was sick for like a year because he had 2 holes in his body. He fought without air in his lungs for 12 rounds.
Yeah.
So he had a 50-50 chance of fucking dying because they couldn't operate on him because it was too dangerous. My son came back, and this is why his wife is telling me bullshit about he got some ADHD. What you call that shit?
HDHD, right?
Yeah, because of that fight. And I said, what the fuck are you talking about? That was the best fight of his life. He's telling me this shit in the pool. And don't tell me that you telling my son this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be supportive of him. You know, and he put this shit in his head. I said, that was the best fight of his life because he had balls to fight this guy and not quit. When I wanted him, when I was dying to throw the towel because, you know, and the only reason why that motherfucker won was because it was gifted to him, bro. You gotta beat the champ. They never showed the tape where my son fucking almost killed him. First of all, because my son was a fast knockout. My son was never wobbling. You know, it was a flash knockout because it's, you know, that's what he felt. And he wasn't thinking about it. He got hit with that right hand. And it was a flash knockout, right? My son has never been wobbled in boxing.
But look, this is a whole new Teofimo Lopez 2.0. There's a whole new Teofimo Lopez 2.0. You got the
Listen. He's been with me for 8 months. It's over. We're back. We're back. We're a team, and we're working on getting our fucking son. Our son. That's what we're working on getting our son, which is Teofimo Lopez, my little boy. You know, the one that's going to carry the generation. All right. After I die, and after my son died, that's what we're working on getting him with us. That's all. The only thing that matters right now. So, you know, fuck the fucking, like I told myself, fuck the Jets. Fuck them going to Saudi. Fuck them fucking flying going in first class in a fucking jet. You know, we're doing this shit for the kids, bro. We're doing this shit so the kids want to be just like you. You know, because I remember the day where we met Floyd Mayweather. My son was like probably 8.5, and he couldn't believe it. He was shaking. He grabbed his hand, took a picture with him, and I told him, "You remember those days when you like looked up to Floyd, and that's all you wanted to do was box and be like him." That's what you're doing to a lot of these kids. Like, yo, you don't know what you're doing. You saving souls, my nigga. And this is why we're doing this shit. We're not doing this shit for money, man. You remember in the beginning, we were just doing this shit to beat the best. I said, listen, what are we gonna wait for, bro? If you're good, let's take the biggest challenges. If you can't, but the thing is, that's why we fought the biggest challenges. Because I said, I don't want to be in this shit if you're not good. So let's go fucking get the people that nobody want to fight. What we had to do to get Loma. When people started hearing about us, when I fucking went up to Loma and I told him we was going to fuck him up. You know, when he disrespected me and he shake my hand and he looked at me like I didn't even exist. And I turned around back and I said, who the fuck you think you are, motherfucker? Watch us fuck you up. And then he goes, oh, you first got to go get the belt. I said, okay, we'll get the belt. And then God gave us that opportunity because remember, Coley was going to fight, I don't know who, and that person got hurt. So it opened the doors for us to fight because we beat Nakatani for the interim. We didn't get nothing for free.
Never.
Like these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers are getting elevated.
Yo, y'all never got no vacant title. Y'all never got
never.
All y'all titles was y'all being the underdog.
Every shit that we did, we had to work for, bro. We never fucking was elevated. We had to be, now they're calling the interim title like a world champion.
You put
disgusting.
You put that to us. Y'all put this past Friday.
They call this motherfucker a tank 3-time world champion. That motherfucker got 2 interims.
they called Rolly a 3-time for beating Ryan Garcia yesterday.
That motherfucker didn't even have a bout. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? So let them. You know why? Because we are doing it the right way. Like back in the 80s.
Yeah.
We fighting real motherfuckers, getting real titles, not no bacon shit, beating the best. We did it twice. We beat Loma. That's when we got the first one, Herculean. And then we beat Des Taylor when the odds were 4-1. The odds against Loma was 4-1.
And they're gonna
Okay.
and watch they're gonna put you underdog versus Boots again.
Oh yes, they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have a fucking festival with this dude. Because I know how he fights. That motherfucker's too slow for my son. He ain't my son. He gonna be slipping all that shit. I told my son, keep that head to the right the whole night. That dude ain't gonna touch you.
Yo, it's crazy
He
that 10
won't
years.
touch you.
It's crazy that 10 years ago, 2015, your son was the Golden Glove national winner at lightweight, and Boots Ennis was the welterweight national winner. And now 10 years later, 2025, you're in the same position at the top of that of your weight.
No, we're not. No, we're
Of your
not.
weight
Because
division. Your
he
weight
lost twice. He
No,
lost twice.
I'm
No,
saying
wait,
the
let me
weight division.
finish. Yeah, yes, but let me explain something to you. When Boots Ennis, he fought the same time we fought
Yeah,
in 2016.
I was talking
For
15.
the Olympic trials, or
No, I
15
was talking about
Olympic
15.
trials. I'm
And
talking
rematch.
about Olympic trials
Oh yeah, when he lost to Gary Antoine.
twice.
Yeah.
And my son beat everybody and sat as a king waiting for the loser because Olympic trials is the only boxing event which is what every kid dreams of becoming. That's when you make the USA Olympic team. All right? So we sat down after we beat everybody. And I remember Boots losing twice to Gary Russell. All right. And Boots knows. Back in those, my son was fighting like a bro. He was fighting like he was magical. Every judge in the world thought that he was going to be the gold medalist
For USA.
for the United States. Yeah, when we beat, I think it was, who got this guy's name? That's when we beat, Oscar La Hoya has signed it, so he didn't do nothing. But anyway, I don't remember right now.
Let me
But,
say, James Kelly said.
no, Renato Gomez. Renato Gomez. Renato Gomez beat Gary Russell. Right?
Yeah. You had
So
to
that
beat.
night,
You had to beat Malik Montgomery, and
So-
then you beat him.
yeah, yes. He beat Malik Montgomery twice. He sent him to a losing bracket. He beat everybody there, and then he came back and we fought him again, and we beat him twice. You know, and Andre Ward was there. That's when my son starts crying, starts getting emotional. He says, "I won everything," you know. And now they're coming with this bullshit and this politics shit. You know, now I can't represent the USA. You know, they didn't give him a jacket. They were giving him like a ring, like a big ass ring. You know, like a ring. You know, like a ring, right? Like a little wooden ring.
Yeah.
And the jacket was nice, and they didn't give him none of that shit.
Yo, let me ask you
But
this,
if,
James
if you
Kelly.
go back on Google, you put who was the winners of the Olympic trials.
Yeah, of course. Tito.
My son comes out there at 132.
The only American Olympian ever to win the Olympic trial. I'm sorry, the only amateur ever in America to win the Olympic trial and not get picked by the team, not represent the
Since
US.
1904. That's what I told my son. You're
100
special.
years, and Tito was
You're
the only one.
special. You're special, I told him. Because these things are happening only to us. It's not a coincidence.
James Kelly said,
You
"Yo,
know?
Punch, please ask Senior, is he and Junior going to push for the boot fight? Let him know I am a boxing fan, so I like both." Good looking out, James Kelly.
I mean, that's the only fight that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
You know what I'm saying? Because that pussy Terrence Crawford ain't gonna fight us. His legs are done. I texted that motherfucker. I said, "Yo, bro, your legs are done." Because he said, "Yo, what up?" Like he texted me. He goes, "What's up?" And I said, "What's up, motherfucker? What's up is that we want to fucking fight you." And then he started texting me back like, "What the fuck? This and that." So I said, "Motherfucker, you know your legs are done, bro. I seen that shit, bro. In your last fight, them legs are done,
Yo,
bro. You went here and yo, that dude beat him just by faking."
yo, did you text him after he said that to your daughter?
No,
Oh,
I don't want to. I don't want to even go into that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I would not never done that shit to none of his
his
family
family.
members. You know what I'm saying? I'm different. Man. You know what I'm saying? That shows you that nigga's a fucking pussy. He's a pussy. He's a pussy. You don't talk like that to a woman, bro. No matter what. You know, he's lucky my daughter didn't fuck him up. Cause my daughter's an animal, bro. Yo, my daughter, yo,
He's Teofimo Lopez Senior, the
you
girl
don't,
version.
you don't fuck with, yo, no, you don't fuck with my daughter, bro. She's lucky that there was somebody there, cause my son would, that girl would have fucking scratched the shit out of him. She would have went on him like a fucking cat. I know my daughter, bro. She is crazy, you know. And he's lucky there was somebody in between because my daughter would have fucked him up. You know, he would have probably hit her, you know, but she would have got hurt. She would have got something out of him
She would have
for
scratched the
sure.
eyeball out. She would look an
She would have
eyeball.
had something on him. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? All my daughters are like that. You know what I'm saying? My two daughters, Jasmine and Andrea, they crazy. You know, one day she almost killed the girl, bro, because she was about to stomp her, bro, and the fucking like she body slammed her, and she was about to stomp her on the concrete. You know, like you ever seen that movie?
History X, American History X.
There you go, like that. That girl was laying right there,
On
and
the
she was
curb.
about to throw her fucking crush her fucking head, and I grabbed her, and that bitch pushed me, bro. Made me fly, bro. Like she, it's like a monster gets inside of her, bro. She's strong as fuck, you know. So he didn't know who he was fucking with, man. Because if he would have done that shit with not nobody in the middle, you could see her. You could see she wanted to attack him,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And I
Yeah.
told her, "What the fuck are you doing, bro? You want to go to jail? You know,
Mm.
you don't do that. You know." I don't know. Hold on a second.
Uh,
Uh, before I go. So anyway, am I gonna retaliate about that? No. What for, man? I'm living a good life, bro. These
mhm.
guys over there in the corner with Shakur, Clarissa Shields, and Terrence Crawford instructed Barbosa how to beat my son. Cheering for that motherfucker.
He's cheering, but then he picked your son to beat Barbosa.
Who?
Terrence, in the interview before the fight, they asked him who's going to
The
win the
fuck
fight.
out of here. That motherfucker was fucking like a cheerleader for fucking Barbosa. Oh, do this, do this, do this, do this, do that. You
Yo,
know,
how
that's
you,
they're
how you,
jealous, bro.
how you felt about the setting? Because a lot of people was criticizing the setting. They felt that a lot of New Yorkers was gonna have a chance to see the fight. They blocked the whole. How do you feel about that? I know that you was training, you was focused on the fight, but you being a New Yorker, if you was just a fan and you didn't get to see it from the outside or whether they was promoting it, what do you feel about the setting?
I mean, that has nothing to do with me, man. I don't give a fuck. We can fight in the backyard. When my son caught COVID and we fought, no, when my son fought in the
Versus
when he fought
Lomachenko?
Lomachenko,
Yeah.
it
Hmm.
was almost the same thing. So it didn't bother me. I was more focused about beating
Yeah.
these people. I didn't care
Mhm.
about no setting. I didn't give a fuck. My son could have went in there fighting naked. I didn't give a damn. I just wanted to beat the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because he was talking so much shit. You
Mhm.
know, and he got his ass whooped, bro. My son couldn't miss.
Mhm.
He couldn't miss.
What,
And I
what,
told him, you know what? Let's just win every round. Let's
but
win every round. That's the important.
as a fan, I know that you're not gonna care
No,
as a
I
fan.
understand what you're saying. I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying. But what my understanding is that Turkey Alishi had nothing to do with that. He had already paid for the streets to be for that side, for for them to have the whole fight and all the billboards, right? Paid a
Mhm.
lot of money. And then at the last minute, they told him that they couldn't put nine on the billboards and they couldn't put the fucking because he was gonna have everything open for the public.
Mhm.
And they couldn't have nothing open because they could have been a lot of accidents because everybody would have probably been stopping, hitting each other in the back to watch the fight while they were driving.
Okay. But you were saying it's breaking news because a lot of people is blaming it on Turkey. So knowing that
No,
it was the city's decision.
it had nothing to do with Turkey LSC. Turkey LSC wanted this show. That's why he did it. I
Yeah.
mean, why would you want to fucking do a show and close it?
Yeah. 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 So it was the city's
Well,
decision.
it was not his fault.
Okay.
It was a city
All right.
because he paid them. He took his money, and then at the last minute, they told him, "Nah, we can't do that because there could be a lot of accidents. People can get hurt, so we need to lock it down." You
All
know,
right. All
and
right.
they
That's good
couldn't
to
even
know.
put it on the billboards outside. That shit
That's
was
good to
crazy.
know. That's
And
good to
I
know.
heard he spent a lot of money for that.
That's good to know. That's good to know though, because he's getting heavily
hmm
criticized for it. Um.
I heard he paid something like $11 million
Oh yeah.
just for yeah, just for the licensing for them to be able to have that shit open.
But all them billboards also other people paid to be to have their
No,
product and have their
that's where the money's at.
no, that's what I'm saying. That there's a lot of other
Second,
companies.
yes, but they were gonna put the fight on every billboard
Mm-hmm.
so the whole world could see it. That's why he paid all that money.
Yeah.
I don't know how they were gonna do it. Maybe in intermission, maybe in commercials, maybe on the stop. Maybe like when
Yeah.
they would. I don't know how they worked it out, but at the end they screwed him. He was
What
really, really upset.
now? What do you feel about the Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull? What do you feel about that fight? Yo, that was shit is
Horrible,
horrible. Oh my god,
horrible,
that was the worst fight I ever
horrible,
seen. The worst fight I ever
horrible.
seen.
I mean, I don't blame Canelo that much,
Yo, they got to do something in the sport of
but
boxing. They
I
have
think,
to.
but I
You see
think,
how
I think,
you see how they have clinches and you get penalized for being for getting a warning for clinching. You got to get a warning for running, bro. You got to get a warning. You got the referee got to stop and be like, hey, you
you
got
know
to.
why? Because they don't deserve the money. That motherfucker looked like he wanted just to get paid
Mm-hmm.
to survive, not to get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Bro, that dude was jabbing and he wasn't even touching him.
Yo, it was crazy.
Bro,
It was
I was like,
crazy.
why are you jabbing, you motherfucker? You're not hitting this dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like my
He not
son does that shit.
he,
If
they
my
like
son does that shit, I'll take him out of the fuck. I'll take him out the court. I said, fuck this shit, bro. Disqualify this motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, my son, every time he threw that jab, it was landing. He couldn't miss. And I told him, every time they throw a jab, bro, slip under, come back with the true little body, or come up with the fucking uppercut. Like, like do different things. I mean, he listened to me. He started having fun in there. Last two rounds, I said to him, okay, now it's time to shift and it's time to get this guy out of here. You know? And, and I mean, he tried, but, at the end, I told him, listen, you did a great job, okay? You know,
How he feel about his
this is
performance?
the first time that we trained different.
Yeah.
So I told him, next fight it's gonna be better. Next fight is gonna be better. But you have to stay focused. You have to stay in the
Yeah,
gym.
gotta
Yesterday,
keep him in that
yesterday
mode.
he went to Lifetime. He went to Lifetime yesterday.
Mhm.
You know, that's the gym, right?
Yeah.
So he went to Lifetime with his sister to go
So
train.
yo, he
And
gotta
he
stay in
went,
that bubble, stay in
okay,
that. Yo, he's there already. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
yeah,
there. He's there to
yeah,
take. Yo, I say, look. The takeover 2.0. He got boots, and if y'all get boots, y'all beat boots. You're gonna have Canelo and Bud. They out after this fight. You get that victory, you will be going. You're either kings of boxing. He's the
yeah.
king.
A lot of people are saying he's already a king.
No, he's
You
the king.
know, after last night's performance.
But you know how they go. Canelo and Bud, they there. They're gonna be out. Whoever, if Canelo Alvarez beat Bud, Canelo doesn't want to fight David Benavidez. Whatever. Y'all beat Boots, become a three
So
division lineal champion by 27, 28 years old.
listen,
Ay, ay, ay.
Bud,
Ay, ay,
Bud is
ay.
gonna do the same thing that Scar did with him.
You think that Bud is gonna run like Skull?
Same shit. Well, what the fuck is he gonna do?
Ay, ay.
He ain't gonna go toe to toe with Canelo. Canelo will fucking kill him.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go
You
toe to toe.
know? Yo, Skull is a natural 168, right?
Yeah,
They fought at what weight they fought at?
168.
Okay, so that motherfucker might have been like 190, right?
Maybe.
Like
He
190,
way
fight
bigger, he
90.
look way bigger than Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, he looked big, right? Huge.
But it's like how you say when you need to cut a ring
So
off, you always say
Crawford,
you always tell your son,
Crawford
yeah,
looked like shit his last fight. His legs look fucking gone. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
If Canelo does not fucking knock this dude out, I'll be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not going to be able to keep on doing that same movement. He thinks he's going to win because he thinks that he's faster than Canelo and he's going to win on points. Bro, nobody can knock out Canelo. He is hard and he has a good chin. All right? So we know Terrence Crawford's not going to knock him out.
Yeah.
So Terrence Crawford's going to try to win on points, right? So
Yo, it's been a
it's
long
going to
time since Canelo
backfire.
hasn't knocked somebody out.
It's gonna backfire on him because he just came up off a bad fucking, you know. So listen, and you know how you beat Bud with the feints,
Because Canelo Alvarez
with the
got feet.
feints.
I got Canelo
Sometimes
Alvarez
you know what
beating.
he. I know, like he.
Even,
Sometimes he goes like, he'll do a couple of it,
even though that the
but
guy
it
was
doesn't
bullying,
matter.
I mean,
This fight shouldn't even be happening, man. You know what I'm saying? This
he,
idiot want to cash out.
hmm,
And he's willing to lose his life for it. You know, bro, Canelo. People don't understand me. Canelo hits hard, bro,
hmm,
and and if it's a win-win situation for Terrence Crawford
yeah,
because if he loses, gets knocked out. Oh boy, he was in my weight division. I traveled through. I went up three to be great. You know, there's always going to be an excuse with Terrence Crawford.
yeah.
That's why I told that pussy, I put $500,000. You come and spar my soul, we put it on video for 12 rounds.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And that motherfucker comes and texts me, says, why don't you fight my father? You won't last 2 rounds. And like I'm like, who the fuck is your father? Like, I never met your father.
Yeah, his father be
Nobody
around.
knows. I don't
Yes,
know who his father is.
he don't look like
But
him.
I'll tell you something.
He don't look like.
I trade for 2 months without smoking and drinking. I'll fuck anybody up.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
You motherfuckers got me confused, bro.
They got you
I
confused.
used to knock motherfuckers in the street out with one punch, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like these people they got me confused, bro. I was in the era when we used to fucking fight it out on the streets, bro.
Mm.
No, nowadays everybody got a gun. Everybody think they fucking big and tough because they got a gun, you know, or they got a crew behind them.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, they're pussies, bro. They're
Yeah,
all pussies.
y'all still in the city. Y'all still in the city.
Yeah, man, we're still here. If you want, yo, come and hit me up.
Tato,
I'll be here tonight. We can go for a beer or something. All right?
Tato,
All right. Bro,
Tato.
shout out for the best fucking fight of the weekend. Teofimo Lopez Sr., in and out, best trainer in the world. They're giving me the mic now. So now y'all people can hear me giving instructions to my son. And if God did this for a reason. If Eddie Reynoso would have been there, they would have said it was because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Now nobody can say shit.
It's
I did
Teofimo
the
Lopez
physical training.
Sr.
I did the physical training. I did the coaching. My assistant coach, Brian LaCroix, worked on defense. You know, so I gotta give a lot of props to him too. But you know what I'm saying? People got to hear the way we communicate with my son.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because Top Rank was hating on me. They never liked me. You know, Bob is talking shit about after we got that, after I love that man and I give him props last night. You know, he comes out and says that my son did what he had to do, but he couldn't finish a guy that when he was with them never knocked nobody out.
Yo, senior, you know that you went viral when you try to walk in the ring and you trip and you say, "Oh
I
shit."
said, oh shit, but you hit me before, right? I was like, hey, yo, relax. Everybody relax. Because
Yeah.
I didn't have an opening, bro. I couldn't get in.
Uh-huh.
So I went in through this little hole. You know, I fucking got stuck to the rope and I fucking fell. But I did that shit quick. I went right back to my fucking quick. So I told everybody, what's up, use that shit on me.
Yeah. You know who's the first person that put that up? Who's the first person?
Who?
George Camboso. He put
Yeah, because that piece of shit said that my boss was gonna kill my son.
TM, man, this is
Yeah,
the first round when you felt that. You're looking at E, man.
you got it, man. He's
He's
and
out there.
fuck the bullshit. And you know what? He got his karma because that motherfucker could hear my son dying, and he knows it. Instead of telling everybody on live TV, I fought a sick to Teofimo Lopez. And he would have been good with that. But you know why? He couldn't do it.
He hasn't
And
done
he
that.
knows. And he knows you gotta look every day in the mirror knowing that that shit was a fluke.
Mhm.
Right? So you know what I told my son? I called him when he was gonna fight Loma. Like minutes before the fight, I told him, watch what Loma's gonna do in this fucking bomber. His farmer's coming right now. And that shit happened, bro. That bitch, what he says? No retreat or what's the word that he says? No retreat or what?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what
The
he means.
Muslims, yeah. He says he's got a tattoo because he thinks he's one of because he thinks he's like a warrior, you know, like
Yeah.
no surrender, no retreat,
Yeah.
right? And that bitch surrendered in his knees like a pussy. And I was so happy, bro, because I told my son, get ready, because this is his karma. Because that bitch got to look in the mirror every day knowing that he fought a sick Lopez, a dying Lopez.
All
You know
right.
what I'm saying? I
TM,
was so happy, bro. Let's go, baby. You know,
What's good, high low?
yeah. Who's on top now, brother? Who's on top now?
Teofimo Lopez.
The takeover, niggas.
Shout out to Teofimo Lopez Sr., trainer of the year. Teofimo Lopez Jr., the highlight of the fatal flop events yesterday. Man, it was crazy, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Where we at? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Smash that like. Karate Kid in the building. HLD in the building. What's good, man? Karate Kid in the building. One of the members. HLD Boricua in the building. What's good? What's good? Man, what a evening. I mean, what a weekend. We still got Naoya Inoue gonna be performing today, right? Anytime, any soon. Hopefully that Naoya. Can you imagine if Naoya Inoue today go 12 rounds? We'll be like, nah, come on, Naoya. Come on, Inoue. Can you imagine? Shout out to High Low, Demon Low. Con lo de peso de plátano. Me dice, if it's moonshine, it has to be great, better than Frosted Flakes. Gracias de lo mío. Man, again, man, we shout out to Teofimo Lopez Sr., man. Sure. Funny. Yo, Dave Fernandez in the building. Punch, great interview. Good looking out, man. Appreciate you, man. I'll probably get up with that dude, man. Buy him a drink. Matter of fact, man, I'm going to go buy him a drink later on, man. Good looking out with a $10 super chat. Dave Fernandez. Con lo 10 pesos a comprar comida china. They got comida china on tariffs now. Yeah? Tan caro los chinos today. Me dice la china de que she's putting the vegetable fried rice con chicken wing, me lo va a dar de $12, and it was $9 the other day. She said, I'm sorry, Poncho, sorry. Tariff, Trump and go. It's not too easy to me. But yeah, man. What's gonna be next, ladies and gentlemen? What's gonna be next? After this weekend, what's the positive coming out of this? Well, I'm gonna say this. I was not a fan of Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford, but after seeing the performance of Canelo Alvarez, even though that I feel like William Skull was running like a bitch, but I just didn't even feel like Canelo Alvarez truly, with his skill set, tried to even cut the ring off in an effective way. I didn't think he tried. There's one point when you try and then you just can't. But I don't feel like Canelo Alvarez tried. He wasn't throwing the jab. He didn't throw the double jab because when I was doing the live commentary yesterday, I said, yo, Canelo Alvarez just throw the jab. You know what I'm saying? Throw the jab first, so then you could throw the hook. He was just looking for the left hook, and Canelo Alvarez wasn't even looking good. He looked frustrated. You know what I'm saying? And I understand why he's frustrated, but I don't feel like he used all his arsenal to try to close the gap like he did with Billy Joe Saunders, like he did with Caleb Plant. He didn't try to do it, and that was kind of a disappointing. I see that Canelo Alvarez, he's declined, man. I think his footwork, I think he was really on sand, on quicksand, man, for real. He's on quicksand yesterday. You know, but I think that performance yesterday, the only highlight of it gives the perception that Bud Crawford has a better chance. That fight yesterday was good for Bud Crawford. It looked like Bud Crawford probably was licking his chops. Like, even though it seems like there is a blueprint, put it this way. There might not be a blueprint. Well, there is a blueprint of beating Canelo Alvarez. He did lose to Flo Mayweather. He did lose to Bivol. But there's a blueprint to survive with Canelo Alvarez. There is a major blueprint to survive. And people are going to use that blueprint to survive. I mean, now it's getting to the point where it's easy to get out of danger with Canelo Alvarez. Look, even with Jermell Charlo, yeah, he got knocked down, but he never got hit with that same punch again. Jermell Charlo never got hit with the same punch that knocked him down again. He couldn't get William Skull. Edgar Berlanga survived. Jaime Munguia survived. And I think it started with Jaime Munguia where people who just wasn't, they didn't want to realize that, you know what, that Canelo Alvarez couldn't close the deal because they was trying to say that, oh, Canelo Alvarez is carrying him. No, he just couldn't stop Jaime Munguia. That's a narrative. That's a narrative now. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, he wasn't carrying. He just couldn't stop. He couldn't stop John Ryder. He couldn't stop Jaime Munguia. He couldn't stop Berlanga. He couldn't stop Jermell Charlo. He couldn't stop William Skull. And to be honest, if they could all survive, I give the benefit of the doubt that Bud Crawford could survive. Now, the question is, could he beat him? But let me tell you like this. If Bud Crawford survived 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez, that's a win because he's even smarter than Jermell Charlo. Even if Bud Crawford wins at least 3 rounds, it's not a win-win situation for Canelo Alvarez. Only thing he's winning is the money. But Canelo Alvarez already got money. It's not a guy that we looking at Canelo Alvarez like, yo, now you get in the big bag. He always got the big bag. No. I don't know, man. But that's the only high. I think that's the only. Now I wasn't respecting the fight, but I think I have no choice but respect the fight now. I have no choice to respect the fight. And I know that William Skull fight. I told y'all that. Now let me ask y'all this question. Now I want you to be real with me because throughout the week and month, a lot of y'all didn't want to be real. A lot of y'all didn't want to be real with Punch Drunk Boxing because I told y'all, Canelo Alvarez versus Jake Paul is better than this fight. And a lot of y'all said, shut up, no, it's not. But at least Canelo Alvarez is fighting for undisputed. I mean, he doesn't got nothing that Canelo Alvarez won. At least Canelo Alvarez is fighting for a belt. Jake Paul would have done a better job than William Skull. Jake Paul would have done way better than William Skull. We seen Jake Paul enough. He'll do better than William Skull. That would have been a better event. That would have been a better event, and we wouldn't look at Canelo Alvarez too serious to perform. Because anything, little thing, we'll be like, okay, automatically, he's carrying, he's playing around with him, blah, 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 then hurt him, then knock him out and stuff like that. It would have been good, and then Canelo Alvarez would have major fans, and they should have marketed that, and Canelo Alvarez easily could have been like, you know what, I want to fight Jake Paul to put an end I'm trying to get that win back from Mike Tyson, and then people would have loved Canelo Alvarez even more. See, Turkey Al Sheikh effed up Canelo Alvarez from not fighting Jake Paul to fight William Skull. You know what I'm saying? And then Canelo Alvarez gave in to Turkey Al Sheikh. If the fight was going to be with Bud Crawford in September anyway, why did you got to give this stupid ass fight with William Skull? As a matter of fact, and if you cared about the undisputed, you should have brought that TKO belt and make it a real belt or whatever for the Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez fight. Forget about the IBF. Forget about that. Canelo was boxing, nothing but great. Sorry. High, low, demon, low. Nothing but great. Canelo is boxing. Jake Paul will be 210 versus Canelo Alvarez 185. Jake Paul needs to fight people at heavyweight where he's ranked. Man, that would have been a better fight. That would have been a better event. I would have respected that. I respected the Jake Paul more than this William Skull dude. Come on, man. We seen his resume, man. We see how the sanctioning body got him there, man. Come on, man. Man, I'm glad that people see. And this guy, no wonder nobody knew who he was, man. We don't know. We didn't want to know who he was before, and we don't even want to know nothing about him now. We never wanted to see him ever again. We don't want to see him ever again. That Bud Canelo could be close fight, but I have a feeling it's going to be a very boring fight. I don't know, man. Well, whose job to make it exciting, right? Whose job to make it exciting? Because be honest, I heard what Gary Antoine Russell had to say too about it. I got Gary Antoine Russell on that, Junior. Lou in the building said Turkey got Canelo easy payday for Crawford payday. I know, man, but come on, man. I mean, Canelo Alvarez got the bag. I'm gonna tell you like this: Canelo Alvarez could have got the same bag, or probably just as good, if he would just fought David Benavidez in the stadium. They going, yo. I'm saying like they don't have that. This fight don't even have good momentum. But there's gonna be a lot of casuals that didn't even see what happened with the Canelo Alvarez fight. But come on, man. Any Canelo Alvarez fan, man, we saw that shit last night. We like, man, it's embarrassing, man. That shit was embarrassing, man. It was embarrassing, bro. And then Canelo Alvarez says the right thing, but he does the wrong thing. Because Canelo Alvarez says, and this is the reason why I don't fight runners, but you you the one that's fighting it. If you don't want to fight runners, then fight David Benavidez. I don't understand Canelo Alvarez. For real, as a fan, it's for the last year and a half, I don't understand the guy that I've been supporting, bro. He never talked about weight, but when it comes to David Benavidez, he talks about weight. He talks about height. Canelo Alvarez never come up with no excuses like that. Now, but when it comes to David Benavidez, this guy have excuses. Leading up to the fight with William Skull, he was talking about size. He said size don't matter to me. I don't think about size. But when it came to David Benavidez, you think about size. When it came to David Benavidez, you think about size. He said Benavidez coming back to 168. Why not go? While Canelo Alvarez can't go to 175, he been there. He became a champion there. Why y'all so desperate thinking is David Benavidez going to come down to 168? Why Canelo Alvarez can't go to 175 where he became a champion? He was good enough to go fight Kovalev, right? He became a champion. Was good enough to fight Kovalev. He was good enough to fight Dimitri Bivol. What happened? He lost. When he loses, he runs. You know what I'm saying? Because he lost to Bivol. Now, oh man, I try to. No, you beat Kovalev. You became a world champion. That's when you became a 3-division world champion. So why now? Fans want to be like, but David Benavidez is not at 168. Are you trying to say he's going to go back? Why Canelo Alvarez just can't move up? He done it before. He skipped the 160 undisputed bout to go to 175. What happened? Shit got tough. So he went easier for Canelo Alvarez. Come on now. The fans should just be pushing for that fight. And if Turkey Al Sheikh got the bag, we should have never let Turkey Al Sheikh off the hook. We supposed to say, no, we don't want that fucking Crawford fight. That shit ain't shit. We supposed to all be like that. And ask for the David Benavidez fight. And ask this guy, get the hell out of the sport of boxing. Your shows ain't shit. You thought you was about the best fighting the best. You gave us Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull. You guys, how much you want to bet? If Al Heyman would have put William Skull versus Canelo Alvarez, a bunch of y'all dudes in this community would have been all up on disrespecting Al Heyman. But because it's Turkey Al Sheikh, y'all don't want to disrespect it. I disrespect this guy Al Heyman for years, but if he would have put William Skull versus Canelo Alvarez, my God. Canelo Alvarez should have just fought David Benavidez and be like a king and be the king. Nobody should be telling no sanctioning bodies. Canelo Alvarez doesn't like any sanctioning bodies telling him what to do, right? So he should just be like, I'm going to fight David Benavidez. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya didn't wait for sanctioning bodies to tell him that he need to face Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Shane Mosley. He didn't need to wait for none of that. Canelo Alvarez is the motherfucking king. If Canelo Alvarez says, I'm going to fight David Benavidez, everybody's in line with that. Every sanctioning body will be like, okay, Canelo Alvarez, we got you. That's the fight. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we ain't giving on no Canelo Alvarez, no more passes not to fight David Benavidez. Not giving no more passes. No more passes. You're a bitch when it comes to David Benavidez. You acting like a straight up bitch. Facts. First ballot Hall of Fame. I love Canelo Alvarez, but I'm going to keep it real. He act like a bitch when it comes to David Benavidez. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Canelo Alvarez ain't putting no money in my pocket. Canelo Alvarez ain't giving me, hey, yo, give Punch Drunk Boxing a credential because he's a good guy and stuff like that. No. F him. F him. I'm going to give him his props, but I'm going to keep it real. No, David Benavidez doesn't have to tell a sanctioning body to give him. No, Canelo Alvarez, the whole world wants you to fight David Benavidez. The fans aren't sanctioning the fight, put it that way. The fans are mandating the fight. He said, you're beating a dead horse. Let me talk about it, man. We got a lot to talk about. EF, I know we beating a dead horse. I know we beating a dead horse. But let's keep it real. It's all love. That's what love is, right? Real love is keeping it real. That's why I respect the Teos, and the Teos respect me. Because after the Steve Claggett fight, what I said that ain't it. That performance is not it. And even though that they could be, you know what I'm saying, damn, why Punch is saying it like that? You know what I'm saying? We already got enough haters. Damn, Punch, come on, that ain't it. You know that's not it. You know you didn't perform to the best of your ability. You know it. You better than that. You got all the tools in the world. You better than that. Steve Claggett, you shouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you beat him every round. The same thing like Devin Haney beat Jose Ramirez. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez beat Steve Claggett every round. That ain't it. You know that ain't it. That ain't it. Let's get it together. It's time for the Teofimo Lopez 2.0. Let's go. And look how he performed yesterday. You gotta have people around you to go and tell you the truth. If Canelo Alvarez was in my face like that and have a conversation, Punch Rombas, ¿qué tú crees? Peleas a David Benavidez, yo creo en ti. I still have Canelo beating David Benavidez. But I also said the more fights go by, the more training camps go by, and David Benavidez is getting better and better and more hungry. You should have fought David Benavidez when he was still a fuck up. When he wasn't dedicated to the game. When he was still con su vicio. And now David Benavidez walking around within weight, still in the gym, working hard, walking into his prime, 27, 28 years old. Oh, now it's tough now. Should have fought him before. Gracias, high low, con los 2 pesos de plata. No! Mr. Moonshine, the keeper of objectivity in the sport of boxing. There's a lot of groupies in boxing. You say one thing about a fighter, you give a criticism, and then the other fighter that they cool with don't want to talk to you. All right, don't talk to me. Talk to them little fake ass dudes in boxing. They're gonna pump. They're gonna tell you lies. I told Devin Haney's team when they was outside of the hotel, yo Punch, Punch. Yo, you funny. You be talking, man, shit. Watch. Devin Haney's going to knock him out. Shane Mosley told me that Devin Haney's going to knock this guy out. I didn't even believe Shane Mosley. I'm like, come on. Why? Like, why? Why y'all lying like that, man? Why y'all lying like that? That's why Devin Haney is the way that he is. Stop lying to him, man. It's like when Zab Judah, leading up to the Ryan Garcia fight, said he's going to knock out Ryan Garcia in the 9th round. Stop lying to him. He can't knock out. He can't step on a water bug and kill the water bug. The water bug don't keep on walking. Why are you lying to Devin? Just say the truth. So he can maximize his skills and talent in whatever styles he is. But style ain't gonna knock out. He ain't gonna knock out nobody, bro. You just don't gain power out of nowhere. If he didn't have power, if you was not a fighter knocking people out in the beginning, you're not gonna be a fighter knocking people out in the end. You're not. Then everybody gonna be questioning your ass. Yeah, you on that snackety snack. If you was not a knockout artist, then you're not a knockout artist at your 26, 27. You're not. They be like, watch after the fight. They told me that on Thursday night. I was out there. Round 34. Watch, you gonna see Punch. Watch. And you better do a video. And matter of fact, I'm going to tune into your video. They were like that. The Devin Haney team. As soon as the fight finishes, I'm going to be tuning into your channel. And I want to hear you say that shit. I'm going to keep it real. Devin Haney won. Devin Haney won versus Jose Ramirez. But the style that he won and all those fighters that be around Devin Haney, those past former fighters, I dare you to say that y'all was proud of that performance. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop. That kills boxing, man. Trying to save yourself because you got a fight lined up with Ryan Garcia, just making sure you don't get touched, making sure fighting like you fighting a bee, but you scared to get stung. fighting like you have flies around you. Come on, man. Haney, you too good. You better than that. You better than that. That wasn't Vasily Lomachenko. That was Jose Ramirez, man. And I understand the contradiction. I understand that when people ask Devin Haney to go out there and stop running or show or sit on your punches and stuff like that, he's not as effective. But he's respected. What's wrong about being respected? Nobody gives a damn about the undefeated shit no more, man. That shit killed boxing as well. It was killing the momentum of boxing. People trying to save their O. The only that people are not mad at Devin Haney because he got beaten by Ryan Garcia. People are mad at Devin Haney because he sued Ryan Garcia. That's it. People's not mad at Devin Haney because any real fan saw Devin Haney getting back up from all the shots. He never quit. He never quit. He got beaten by Ryan Garcia. Y'all fought 6 times in the amateurs. Y'all beat each other. Ain't nothing new under the sun. But that performance versus Jose Ramirez, man, come on, man. It's not about winning. It's just not about winning and losing, but it's how you win and how you lose, man. You better than that, man. Fighting like you was petrified, fighting like you scared. Why? Why? But it is what it is. And Ryan Garcia, what's the narrative of Ryan Garcia? That Ryan Garcia is not fighting the same because of Osterin. If y'all could bet on, and I think, okay, it's fair. It's fair because there was a lot of trolling going on with Devin Haney. So I think it's time for Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia he said he wasn't ready, didn't have no killer instinct. That's on you. That's on you. And I told y'all, I told y'all 2 weeks ago, I told y'all that just because, I'm going to tell you like this. Sometimes you want to give yourself and want to further your relationship and build your relationship and grow your relationship with God, right? And you think that because you want to turn the corner and say, you know what? I'm going to do everything right. I'm going to pray every day. I'm going to give my life more to and grow my relationship with God. And I'm going to stop drinking. And I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to stop partying. And I'm going to stop cheating on my girl, my wife, and stuff like that, right? And then you're going to fight and you're preparing for a fight. Man, I feel good. My spirit is good. I feel good. And then you lose. No. Let me tell you like this. God is going to test you too. God is not looking at you and going to be like, all right, I got you. No. All right, take this L. Let me see how faithful you are. Let me see how faithful you are. Just like when Manny Pacquiao, when he became a born-again Christian. Oh, I'm not going to cheat on my wife. Remember, his wife sent him divorce papers when he was in camp. Right? Oh, Manny Pacquiao want to show that he's turning his life around. Yeah, he got knocked out by Marquez. Stay there for a minute. It ain't gonna be that easy. Let me see you really got faith in me. All right? Manny Pacquiao stuck to it. Guess what? Manny Pacquiao been living a good life, righteous life, from the outside looking in, right? So Ryan Garcia, don't lose faith. This is a test. Don't lose faith. You're doing everything good, right? You got a better relationship, parenthoodship. You're seeing your kids. Fatherhood is back in order. Your health is back. God has blessed your mother. She beat cancer, right? Everything is working good outside the ring right now. Maybe that was drained because now you're pressured to be a better man, better husband, better father, all that stuff. And then you lose. So then now you're probably going to be questioning yourself like, damn, man, I did everything right. Why did I lose now? Shit, because when I was doing everything wrong, I was on top of the world. When Ryan Garcia was doing everything wrong, he was on top of the world leading up to the Devin Haney fight. He was on top of the world. Did everything wrong. But the outside, I'm sorry, but the family and everything was all wrong. Now he got everything outside of the ring, and now inside of the ring is all wrong. All right, stay in the gym. Stay in the gym. Stay praying, stay building that relationship with God, because he's going to be testing us and testing our faith. And while he's testing our faith, and you know what it is to be a God, especially in today's time, to be a a believer in Christ, and Christ is your Lord and Savior, believing in him and trying to do the best you can day by day, God is going to test you. But you know what makes it harder? Is that when you seeking God, that's when the devil wanna reach out to you. When you ain't seeking God, the devil don't give a damn about you. That's it. He got you. He's already a part of the team, and now he's going after somebody else. But when you're going towards God, that's when the devil wanna reach out to you. And while he's reaching out to you, God is also testing you. So now it's like, damn, man, it's tough, because devil try to get a hold on me, and now you testing me your faith. Like, nah, I need you to be with. I need you to hold me down, God. But God is like, I'm here for you, but it's still. So it gets tougher. That walk towards God is easy, but God is not. It's easy, not easy, but God's not going to give you something that you can't handle. So with Ryan just got to keep the faith. Got to keep being professional. Got to keep doing right by his family. Got to keep doing right by the mothers that he had a kid with. That he said they doing a wonderful job with his children. Got to be a wonderful father as well. Got to be a wonderful role model. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna get that opportunity because you're still gonna get an opportunity because you're Ryan Garcia. Learn from your mistakes. Be better. He ain't looking for us to be perfect, because that's the reason why he sent his son to die for our sins, so we can have an opportunity to repent and stuff like that. God believes in your heart. God knows our strengths and weaknesses. We're not all the same. God is almighty. He could handle our strengths and weaknesses individually. My weakness is not your weakness. My strength is not your strength. I may be stronger than you in every in other aspect, and you may be stronger than me or weaker, vice versa. But God is not going to give you anything you can't handle. God is not going to give you anything you can't handle. You know what I'm saying? You believe in him, you trust in him. That's the best investment. I keep on saying it throughout that's the best investment you can have in your life, is have God in your heart. Because you can have it all and still got nothing, like Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney. Oh, man. The world of sports, the world of boxing, going seeing Trump. Ask Ryan Garcia, did he see his kid? Ask Ryan Garcia, did he see his children after the fight? You got a bunch of people enabling you and stuff like that. What you rather have? Be on top of the world, your profession, and have nothing? Your children ain't going to be a part of it. Your family don't really want to be a part of it because they don't like the man that you're becoming outside of the ring. You rather have the glitz and the glamour, the cameras, the unloyal props, and the unloyal, compliments. Or you want to have God and family and friends and people that truly love you, that's gonna hold you accountable and stuff like that. So, I think that's what Ryan Garcia. In terms of people starting that narrative about, oh man, I told you it's PEDs. Look, I know that we ain't dummies out here. Ain't no man, ain't no fighter is going to use PEDs to prepare for Devin Haney. That's just me. That's common sense. I don't even need to see nothing. That's common sense. Ryan Garcia didn't need no damn PEDs to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, regarded as one of the most dangerous puncher within their contemporaries. He didn't need no damn PEDs to fight Luke Campbell. You're telling me that now Ryan Garcia needed to get Austin in his system or whatever, Austin, because Austin ain't shit, like soy milk for men. He needed to get PEDs to fight Devin Haney because he's afraid of the power of Devin Haney. He want to stay alive, even though that we saw that Ryan Garcia was in the one of the worst shape of his career. Who uses PEDs and stay out of shape? Tell me anybody that used PEDs because People that use PEDs, they're in the gym. They working hard, bro. That's the thing. That's how PEDs work. PEDs don't work like you drink PEDs don't work like a shot works, like a liquor, like a tequila. Oh shit, boom, I'm already feeling nice. Oh yeah. That's not how PEDs work. You got to work with PEDs, right? That's why they say they got cycles. They got to work with PEDs. They think they get, you use PEDs and then you're gonna look like Arnold Schwarzenegger without going to the gym. Come on, man. Stop with the stupid ass narrative. High, low, dímelo con los 2 pesos de plátano. Mr. Moonshine, el doble sazón, el borracho, el pastor de boxeo. Good looking out. If y'all believe these narratives, I told you. See, it must have been the PED. It must have been the Osterin. It must have been the Osterin. And they test that dude throughout the whole camp, and he tested he tested positive for the 19th and the 20th of the day of the fight. He said, "Is it Osterin to that you supplement a cut weight?" And Osterin is a soy milk for men. Osterin ain't shit. Ask any bodybuilders or whatever. I've spoken to you enough. They even say that Osterin suppresses testosterone. Come on, man. Look at Ryan. We just got to look at Ryan Garcia, how he looked. Look at his body. Look at his stamina. He was already tired in the second round. He was having a party. He was having a party with my boy DJing in fucking in the city. Oh man. You know what you could see when a person is like, even if they on PD, you could see, all right, he's got Marquez versus Manny Pacquiao. You're like, oh shit, this motherfucker look different. He looked different. EF with the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, bruv. But yeah, man. Man, it was a good. I hope that now you know we're gonna do a video about that fight later on. Hopefully we get already. I mean, it's been announced. We're gonna get Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Book Crawford, but hopefully we get in the co-main event, Teofimo Lopez versus Boots Ennis. That would be good. I'm not sure if Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia are gonna be. I don't know, man. Maybe that's the only fight that works for them right now, because the way that Devin Haney performed, underwhelming performance. I'm not talking about that he didn't win. It was a good win versus Jose Ramirez, but I'm talking about just the performance. Very underwhelming, right? Ryan Garcia lost to Rolly. People ain't even talking about Rolly versus Devin. Even if Rolly won, people still stuck on this. The Ryan, and I'm not sure. Are y'all interested about the fight? There's no momentum right now. Ryan Garcia lost, so I don't know how the contractual that fight works, or that promotion goes to waste. But maybe that's the only fight that they can make money right now. Good money. I don't know if Turkey Al Sheikh is happy with the performance. I wish that people would ask Turkey Al Sheikh some good questions. I don't know if they get starstruck. I want to know how he feel about the performance of Devin Haney, the performance of Ryan Garcia. He did say that he speaks to Ryan Garcia, that he speaks to Devin Haney. Is this still a fight? Is he still interested? Is he still going to be paying big money for that fight? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But at the end of the day, man, I'm about to shut this one off. He said, I'm about to, tomorrow, brother, Lono's boxing tomorrow, man. Love y'all, man. Subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, this is Plunge on Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. We probably gonna go live later on for the Uwe or to recap the fight. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.